more complicated. Steve said I'd have to like check the gain on it, and it might be a pain in the butt to fiddle with for 20 minutes.
I'm gonna go set my stream up for my mom. I'll be back.
Yeah, that's why the other day when we were chatting about it, I recommended, like, I don't know if you're like wanting to buy something to try to improve it, but that's why I suggested like a headset like I have and Lucas and Tony's brother, because they're just USBs, so you literally just plug them into your computer recognizes it, and that's all you got to do. When it comes to standalone mics, those are a little more involved. And standalone mics, it's harder to get one for like a cheaper price that's still decent, because when you get a standalone mic, you tend to want to try to get a directional mic, which once you start getting into directional mics, that's when the price starts going up more. Because if you get just a regular standalone mic that's not a directional, it'll start picking up everything. And that's when you'll start having a lot of audio issues, because your mic is like, for instance, trying to pick up something in the background and it's not picking up you, and then it's trying to fight with two different noise sources and figuring out which one it should be focusing on. And that's why I always say, you can go get, headsets for like $30-40, and without dumping a lot of time and effort into them, they're pretty good at just being, like plug and play.
I was completely unaware. Thank goodness I had something to look at. I mean, I know not wanting to press me to go purchase things, but
right.
Luckily I already had another camera, or I noticed if I sat back at all, that's when then no sound was making it to my laptop's thing. So
and that's why I was also recommending getting a headset, because then this way, no matter where you sit, you always have your mic right there. Because that was definitely the one thing I noticed, because I could tell there were times where when you sat back and I could see your lips moving, but I heard nothing. I was like, so I made the comment before, I was like, is she just talking to herself, or is she like saying something?
I can understand that on the playback, but then I realized how often it happened, so it was bad. I was like, oh, I don't remember if while it was happening, I was like, are they ignoring me? But I was too caught. I also I want to feel like I was talking over anybody. And so far, the stories moved along just fine without me feeling like Luna had no say whatsoever. So,
yeah, I think it's just naturally going to happen that like there are going to be times where we're all going to want to talk at the same time, and someone's going to get talked over. So yeah, like I wouldn't worry too much. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about like accidentally talking over someone, just because it's just going to happen.
No, I'm sure.
But yeah, hopefully, I know one other thing you can try if you want to. You have Discord downloaded, right? So you have like the app on your computer.
Yeah, I've got the app right now. That's what I'm using today.
Okay, so if you're noticing that your mic is like kind of cutting in and out, one thing you can try doing is if you go to user settings, which is down at the bottom left corner, it's the little cogwheel.
I never know what settings are good or.
So if you see there's different categories. There's user settings, and then do you see app settings and where it says voice and video?
Yeah, the voice and video.
Okay,
I messed through there, but I'll take your recommendation.
So do you see where it says input mode? And then right under that it says input sensitivity. So do you have that turned on or turned off?
It's on for automatically determine input sensitivity.
Right. So today, throughout our session, if you're noticing, or if we notice that your mic is cutting in and out, if you turn that off and then set it like right in the middle, that should help
Okay.
reduce that, because again,
Okay.
that's your computer trying to fight with all the different noise and all the different sounds, and sometimes that will kick in and literally cut your mic. So if you just turn that off and then you like put it like right in the middle, that'll usually give you a more stable, more reliable like flow of volume through your mic.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not going to notice what you're hearing. I only noticed it on playback. So definitely tell me if I sound like a nightmare in any way. I'm willing to fix something. I'm okay about spending some money.
Right.
I mean, I really like this, and I don't want, I guess, your enjoyment to be reduced because we're having this "what did you say" conversation every single conversation.
I mean, I will say, like, as of right now, it seems like you are a lot more stable and it's a lot better. So I will say, like, as of right now, it definitely seems like you have improved your mic issues a bit. So we'll just have to keep playing around with it.
Oh man, I just pushed my chair into the desk.
I accidentally like moved Iluna so far off the map, and then I was like, luckily it did not change on my side.
Oh right.
So I'm setting up like some stuff over here, and like I went to like I have this is I'll show you. Oh, so far back. Yeah, that's easy enough to see. Oh, actually, no. Delete message. I was like, wait, can I see? No, okay, that's good. I was like, wait, did I just show you my DM notes? No, I just showed you the recap. There it is. Yeah, this is what I'm working with right now, and like, if it decides to freaking load, yeah.
Too many screens.
No, not enough. That doesn't even include my phone.
Oh, I feel in the playback as well. I stare at my giant screen far too much, and I'm like not, which makes me miss things, miss conversation, ask questions, and it's I don't know. I look really annoying staring at my big giant. I've moved it so it's a little bit more.
I feel the same way. I used to have my camera right in between my computer so that it was right in front of me. But then it's like I'm looking up to my left to look at you guys, and I'm like, I register better when I'm looking towards you. So that's actually why I moved my camera to sit up on top of my computer, so that this way when I'm talking to you, I'm looking into the camera.
Yeah, it's I think I noticed that. I don't know. It definitely. That's another thing. I want to make sure you can see me, and I'm not doing stupid things like staring at out.
Okay. Is your mouse pad just like a giant D&D cover art?
Who, me?
Yeah. Is that a dragon?
It does look like there's a dragon on there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I love this thing. It's very nice and soft.
Oh, that's what that Lego thing was for, is holding your phone up?
Oh, that?
Sorry, I like inspected this picture way too hard. I feel like a creep now.
I have
You're not the only one who does that to photos.
I have 2 phone stands that I made out of Lego.
That is actually awesome.
That's my main one, and this one stays over here because it keeps this phone going, which this always runs a stream of the Chilled Cow Lo-Fi Hip Hop channel on YouTube.
Okay.
So I always got
awesome.
You just got a phone sitting there playing one thing the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know if here.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. Oh, there it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
I
keep
thought
that.
I was bad because I used an old phone to hold music. And
Oh,
it
no,
seemed because I didn't want it all the time. I just wanted music and not my phone. So
Yeah, I also have Kaylee's old phone down here for whatever, but and then I also have my Lego pencil holder. I love this
Yeah,
thing.
that is absolutely how Legos should be used.
That's
I
right.
agree.
Office supplies.
Exactly.
I bought a big pack of Legos at one point, and then I was looking
oh
for a
Lord.
way to hold my keys on the wall. So what I did is I took like a big, like 4x12, I think, Lego plate, and I used an adhesive padding on the back, and I stuck it to a wall, and then I made a keychain with Lego bricks for me,
I
my
should
wife,
have seen the
and my
sale and
friend.
it cost way too much money.
Ah, it was fun. We each had Lego bricks, and when we got home, we just hung them on the keychain.
Yeah, that's
Great.
actually awesome.
Wouldn't the little tiny Lego bricks be like tiny daggers in your pocket though?
I didn't have
I
an issue.
mean, you're not supposed to step on them.
Yeah, no,
Stuffing them in your pocket is fun.
I didn't have an issue with them. I thought they were fine.
And in my house, there are one, two, three, like 5 big Lego kits being built or built soon. Steve just finished one that looks like a diner, and he's got Harry Potter's Hogwarts Castle, the big one that has 6,000 pieces.
Oh,
Nice.
He uses them the correct way. I'm just saying.
What's the correct way?
I'm joking. My nephew, who adores Lego and builds his imagination all the time. Whatever he has kits, and he just gets mad because he can't smash them. So
All right.
well, I might do some rolling today with dice that I got.
Leo,
New die. Oh wait. Oh, you guys can see it.
gold and blue.
No, it's silver. It's just the
Silver?
white.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I really like them. Actually, Tony bought them for me, so
Hell
I'll
yeah.
cut it to him.
What a good friend.
Yeah, a good friend who has issues spending money.
Yeah, I told him not to get them.
I feel
And
you,
then,
bud.
and then on Monday, we were on Discord, and he's like, "You should go out and look for your dice." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Jeez, oh man.
Has anyone heard from my brother?
Is he on?
He's on, yeah.
I messaged him.
I was gonna say I have not. I did not message him.
Or I tagged him, I should say. Oh boy. Yeah, I was looking through the chat earlier, and I was like, I saw you asking about the ability to draw on the maps, and I was about to comment.
weird.
I kept scrolling down, and I'm like, okay, cool, she found it. She found the draw tab.
I did find it, but it works really terribly, and I was disappointed. I was gonna try. I had higher expectations.
Yeah, not with OneNote.
But I did download it and put it in the drawing app, and I was gonna get fancy then. It's still in there.
I was gonna say
That wasn't happy either. I was trying. All the colors were too light. I don't know. They didn't show up enough. Red seemed to show up the most, and I don't like red, so
yeah, that's why I
I
used red on this map because it shows up.
it was a little frustrating because I wanted my favorite colors and I couldn't get them to work. And I don't know. It was like 3 a.m., so I didn't do the map.
That's fine. I still have this one on here, at least showing the locations right now.
I found it interesting though, when I downloaded it off of OneNote, your marks that are on there did not come with it.
Oh, that's yeah, I don't know.
It's a like, I guess it's an overlay, like, or something. I don't know. I was surprised. I'm like, where did they go? But they're not there.
Yeah, like I said, I have ones on my side that are marked, that actually have like where everything is. But it also has the names of places that you guys have not gone to, and also things that might spoil stuff. So I won't give you this map.
No, I just wanted to add, what was it? Where the hoof leaf was gonna be, and everything's marked, but they don't really have names, so it's a matter of memory. I feel like I was gonna do abbreviations or something.
I mean, the most that I can say is that if you go to where did we find it? Yeah, this one. If you go to this website, once Discord decides to open on my computer. God, this is a fucking big ass map. Damn it, come on.
Oh, I just remembered something I wanted to ask about, and it's only in part because I did a watch through, and then Steve finally did a full watch through. He kind of only did a partial one. So in session 2, you started to tell our party about a building in Phandalin, pointed it out and like circled it, and then interruption happened and never found out anything about it.
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
But I was like, oh, we never actually did find out about that building.
There.
Oh well.
I sent a, well, it's probably going to try and load a map. Yeah, I sent a link. But if you load this map up into a photo editor, you can get really close on this map because it is very high res. The one thing that it doesn't have is it doesn't list Phandalin's name, but like you can really get in there. Like if you sort of figure out where Phandalin is in regards to Neverwinter, like you can sort of set things up on this map, which is a little bit bigger, or you can use the one. I'll send out the one that is in the actual, like the one that is actually for you guys in this.
So this map's massive. Oh, it's the whole of the Sword Coast, it says.
Yeah, that is the whole Sword Coast.
How can we go visit those little islands?
A boat,
Yeah.
a ship, a boat would
I
not
mean,
get
what
there.
reason?
A ship might.
Guys, do you want to go visit that island for no apparent reason?
Which one?
I don't know. A teeny tiny one, so we
The
can explore for
Whalebone
hidden treasure.
Islands?
Yeah, what islands are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, on that big map you sent.
are you talking about the whale bones? Are you talking about
I
like
don't know. When you
Shea
zoom in, I
Isle,
didn't even see names. There's so many.
Purple
Any
Rocks,
of them. Wait, where? What?
the Lanthier? I have no clue where you want, like, where you
Yeah,
are.
there's so many islands.
There's a fuck ton of islands. I don't
You
know
know
if
you
this
can.
Well, start at the map and pick one for an adventure.
See, the best part about this map is you guys can actually see the scale at which you're doing stuff. Where the city that you've spent like these couple days already, and like you've gone and done stuff, isn't even on the map. Phandalin is not on the map. The Tribor Trail, that is like the road that connects the high road and the long road, doesn't exist on this map. Like the
Oh yeah,
freaking
the big one.
yeah, the Cryptogarden Forest doesn't have a name on here. It's overpowered by
Yeah,
the
I like where is that forest that looked kind of big, which is apparently really tiny.
which is tiny in comparison to the high forest, and even to Neverwinter Wood, it's
Oh, Lord.
know,
I finally found it. It took forever.
one of my favorite names though on here, and it's actually where the Dritz novels takes place. I don't know if that'll load. Menzo Baronzon. It's an underdark city.
What is that near?
That is near the north. That's up near the
I found it.
yep, the Kingdom of Many Arrows.
What a great
Oh,
name.
I happen to be looking right there. Oh man. You could
Yeah.
spend 100 years playing games in this place and not explore anything.
Well, you can spend at least 45 years so far, I think, is what it is. 1973. So, I think it's 1973 is when D&D was first released. And
47.
let me take a look. Where is it? Oh shit! I don't know where the little placard is. I don't know. But yeah, whenever D&D came out, it was like, back in the 80s. So yeah, there's literally 5 editions of this game when a lot of it took place in this world. I mean, the books I'm reading right now were written back in the 80s and they take place in this world. And already it was established lore too, which is the funniest thing. What's up, James? What's up, Michelle? Ugh.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
I gotta put my dog's bed back underneath my table because I'd like to put a blanket over my lap, keep my toes warm.
Oh god, I feel that. My air vent is under my desk, so it gets so cold when I have the AC on.
Yeah. All right. This. Wait, was it only that many? No. Oh,
Oh.
that's the case.
I also should say that Iluna definitely only had 7 health, not 11.
What, right now?
Yeah, in the
Alright.
playback, but
I mean, I can set her to 7,
I mean,
but
I'm sorry.
I said I could set her to 7, but I won't do that. I'll let you be at 11. It's no big deal. Like I said, just make sure that you're tracking that on your character sheet as we go through.
That's something I was just passing through my mind, that I have to remember to actually track it, when then I remembered it was inaccurate. But I'll keep the 11 with thanks and pay attention better. Well, not pay attention, actually keep track of my own stuff.
Do your shit.
My own words.
Ugh. Is James here yet?
yeah, I'm
God.
here, Lucas.
Hey, buddy. Are you excited about getting our new ad tags?
No.
Apparently, they are supposed to be faster because they are already printed, they're pre-sorted, and instead of where you would have like the BOGO tags that come down and then you get the sale tags
Right.
that's like $5 off and you have to go back to the department, apparently they are now all in line. So once
Are
you
they
do
all
it,
single tags or are they strips?
I think they're still single tags. So we
Yeah,
haven't gotten away with
I hung
that.
every tag in the store by 9:30 this morning.
Jesus, what time did you get there?
7:15.
Oh my God.
He's a machine.
They had last night between Brooke and Homeboy, they had everything but the promo aisle and the cause wall done. So when
You
I
guys
went in,
start the night before.
yeah, we normally start at like 7:00. So this morning, but that's mostly because most of my Sundays are filled with photo.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, my front cashier finished up promo. I shot the end stands. My cosmetic woman did the wall. By the
Cosmetic woman.
yeah, you know, and when I walked into my store, I had 10 orders in my photo lab. 4 of them were all over 100 photos each, and then I had
A lot of wall stuff.
well, yeah, I had 1 order for a canvas, another order for a canvas, another order for 8 canvases.
Yeah, I walked into 7 today.
And then I had 2 more
Don't
show
miss
up.
it. Do
So,
not
That
miss that.
coupon.
yeah,
It's like
People
75%
have
off.
to
It's
do
nuts.
photo-based hobbies, right?
sadly, I don't get it. But I guess some people, they have that.
That's the thing.
That's a thing. All right. So since we're all here, we will get started. I'll give you guys a quick recap. Let me. Oh wait. Landing page. Let me throw this up. Present. Yeah. So last session, Vanadar and Luna and Zash headed to the excavation site and met Norbis and Dazzlin, the 2 dwarven excavators who were there uncovering a temple to the evil dwarven god of greed, Abathor. While there, Norbis and Dazzlin explained that they were in the process of trying to continue into the temple, but there were creatures in there, these giant slime creatures, that were impeding their progress. The 3 decided that the next morning they would attempt to go in there and deal with it, and that's actually when Cedric and Shaylin showed back up after pursuing the rumors about the dragon heading out to the west. The group then headed into the temple to investigate the creatures, and that is where you encountered the 2 ochre jellies. After defeating them in a rousing bout of combat, I believe Vanadar searched the one and found a rune stone, and Zash investigated the altar and found a gemstone as well as a small button that unlocked a secret compartment in a column that contained a coffer filled with something. Vanadar sort of went a little ham over that and really wanted that coffer. And there was a little bit of inter-party turmoil that I was that I was loving over here. And after that, there was a bit of a pause, and there was an agreement set that he would let it go for now. But it was also at that point that Vanadar had used the wand of detect magic that he got from the gnomes up at Gnomingard, and saw that there was an illusory there was some illusion magic on a wall next to them, which after pushing on it revealed a walkway leading into a dark hallway. Zash investigated and saw that there was another ochre jelly. So using a little bit of the tactics that they had learned, the party lured the thing out and went to town on it. It was in the first combat you learned slashing damage would split it. It was in the second combat you learned lightning damage would split it. So after you defeated it, that is when Vanadar investigated it, hoping to find possibly another rune, but did not in fact find another rune. He found a medallion. I believe I should have it. Oh, come on. Sorry if that disconnected for a second. I think I can do this.
I know you sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you, but I think that that's that could work. There is a way that I can show this, and I'm just gonna have to do it this way. If that loads, yes. So that is what the symbol looked like, and Zash recognized that as the symbol of the Felnix Tabaxi clan.
No.
The clan.
Okay.
What's up?
This is on Encounter Plus.
Yes.
Why on earth does this
If
always be a pain?
if you had it bookmarked, he sent us a new link last week. You have to re-bookmark it.
Yeah, it worked last week. Manage extensions.
I'll say the extension shouldn't matter for just going to the website.
Yeah, you should just be able to click the link and it should work. Do you need another link?
Maybe.
Here, I'll put it in.
It's the one called Encounter Beyond. It's on.
No,
it's detailed.
That should have stayed normal. That's actually the extension that allows D&D Beyond to send the commands over to the Encounter Plus website. You just have to make sure that you're on the client.encounter.plus website.
I don't know why it's not working. I do know it opened in. Oh, there's a. Okay. It opened in. Not Chrome. The other one, Opera.
Oh yeah. I'll say you're probably better off.
I don't know why it's opening Chrome.
Not sure.
I clicked it from my Chrome thing.
Yeah, I would try copying and pasting the link instead of just clicking it, seeing if that works. There used to be a way that I could like move something onto here. Hey, there's James. Did you shave your head?
Okay. You're muted.
Yeah, you need to pull your mic down.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it's gone, Lucas.
My man. Brothers of the Bald. You just need to go the whole way. You just need to go the whole way. It's freeing. So you can actually grow hair though. That's the difference. Like you'll shave your head and then
Lucas.
I can't. This is what it's been like for like a month. All right? This don't grow. This grow. You know, like I won't explain where else grow, but not this. I look like Monty Burns, but a fat one.
Monty Burns.
Yeah, my hair grows really fast. You'll see in a month.
Oh, I remember when I worked with you, you shaved it, and then it was, instantly, it's that Italian heritage.
Yeah, I think so.
Hairy men. So were you able to get Encounter Plus going, Stacey?
Yes, it's
Okay, cool.
working. Should I? I mean, I assume it's gonna.
I mean, do you see the symbol that's like the bottom
Yes,
of?
I see
Okay.
a paw, like
Okay.
a snow paw.
Yep. So yeah, that is the symbol of the Felnix Tabaxi clan, and that is, as Zash is aware of, that is the clan that his mother belonged to, before joining the Keen family. So that is where we are going to pick up, was with Vanadar looking at that coin. So yeah, you guys have free action. We'll sort of pick it right up from there. Zash sort of made that comment over his shoulder about, wanting the coin because he killed the thing, and that's when he saw what the coin was. So that's where we'll start.
Yeah, but he started out joking, and now he realizes he actually wants it.
No, yeah, that's exactly the point.
Wow, this needs to zoom out. Map is teeny weeny for me.
What's up?
So, as Luna see any of this happening, the rest of us, but.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the rest of you might, it depends on how Zash reacts to this, because, like I said, Zash literally just saw it, and that's where we're starting.
So I'm immediately going to get extremely pressed, and Vanadar, can I please see that?
For my outburst earlier, yeah, you can see it, and I handed over to Zash.
My outburst. Okay, so. Oh, go ahead.
No, please.
I'm gonna grab it and I'm going to inspect it and see if there's any kind of markings that might symbolize who this belonged to, where it came from, if there's anything other than just the symbol of the tribe on it.
Okay. Yeah. So you actually you flip this over. You actually see that there is some etching into the back of it. You're not exactly sure what it exactly means. All it in more of a old tabaxi sort of style, it literally just means gray mane snow perch, and that's it. There's really nothing else. It doesn't say belongs to blah blah blah, if found delivered to blah blah blah. It just says those 4 words in a very literal meaning.
Okay. So you said gray mane snow perch?
Yes.
Okay.
Zash, you can throw on your cat collar.
What?
Ooh.
Did you say it's a cat collar?
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm so glad I picked Tabaxi. Vanadar, did you use the wand of detect magic on this? When he used it earlier, would that have pinged this?
That would be, it would have, and Vanadar would have, well, no, because Vanadar's use of it died off, and then it was only when he was after he was searching through the goo that he found that, so he wouldn't have been able to use that.
I have 1 charge left. Should
maybe right before we take a rest.
Okay. Just remind me.
Just in case. So, and there's nothing else on this, just those markings on the back.
I mean, so there there's like hardware on the back of it, basically that like it could either go onto like a belt or like around a pendant or something. I mean, the thing's probably about this big. Like
Okay.
it's about the size of a coffee cup around. So you can imagine this could be worn as like a belt buckle or like a
Right.
pendant or something. Cat
Yeah,
collar.
I think I'll put it on my belt for unrelated reasons and move on
Okay.
and investigate it a little bit more later.
So, Iluna asks, why were you interested in seeing that, Zash?
This symbol is the symbol of the Felnix Tabaxi clan, which is the clan that my mother came from.
Wow, that's rather interesting find for us to find, don't you think?
Yeah, especially to find it here. I'm very curious as how it got all the way down here. Because
Yes.
they're a
I
tribe
agree,
that
very
lives
curious.
Yeah, they're a tribe that lives up in the north in the tundra, so it's very interesting to find it all the way down here.
Roll me, Zash, roll me a history check.
Okay. Oof, not good. 4.
4? Okay, yeah. That's as far as you know. Yeah, I mean, there's tribes of Felnix definitely up in the north. They pretty much, the Felnix clan originates from Icewind Dale, and you remember your mom telling you a couple stories about what things were like up there.
I don't think I have
Is there anything else down that tunnel?
Yeah, do any of us know why the dwarves would have this in their temple? I mean, it's an old-ass temple, right?
To answer Vanadar, you can definitely search down there if you want. And Iluna, you wanted to know if there is a reason why they would have this in here?
Yeah, maybe we should ask the dwarves why they might
Why they have a
have
secret
this
passage?
Well, I mean, if you think about who this temple was built to,
I
it
don't
was
even
built
think
to
they
an
know.
evil god, so it doesn't surprise me that they have things that they would want to hide. If you guys want, I can go sneak around and see if there's anything down that back alley, anything other than just the ooze.
Yeah, I think, like, so when I was charmed or whatnot, would I have known that that was like a trap, or is it just something that came over me that I'm not sure why?
I mean, just you wanted that.
Okay.
Like you just had a draw to it. Some about it. It just made you feel right that you should have that thing.
Okay, just be careful because you never know. Clearly, this door was hidden for a reason, so you don't know what could be beyond it. And
Yeah.
after I say that, I'm going to put a hand out and cast guidance in case he needs it.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Iluna, do you want to head back and talk to the dwarves?
I was going to say I can't because they just speak dwarvish, but
I mean, they speak
no,
common.
I feel like you can just ask them about all the things at one time.
Are you talking about the two
Or
dwarves
what am I going to ask them?
that were too scared to
I'm
come
going to
down here?
bring that thing out to them.
Yeah, I think she's talking about the dwarves that were in the entry room that were afraid to come in
Yeah.
here because of the oozes.
So I'm sure they have
Dazzlin
no idea.
and Norbus.
And besides, it was hidden.
Yeah.
The wanted detect, like they probably wouldn't even know that was in there.
Right. So yeah,
But they,
I will say that. So the dwarves did tell you that they basically got into the temple. They didn't really get a good chance to explore around before the oozes came down from the ceiling, and they basically got out. So what you're finding right now, you do imagine they would have no clue about.
no, I meant historically. But it's not important. I wouldn't do it by myself. I feel like maybe we collectively agree to ask them about.
Well, wouldn't I have a good idea about like Dwarven architect and like why they might have built this?
I mean, you can definitely roll a history check to see what you know about, this place.
I rolled a 17.
Okay. So I'll give you the fact that you know that you know, obviously temples to different gods are built for different reasons. You know a little bit about Abathor. You basically know we established last time that you know about how much Norbus and Dazzlin do. That Abathor is a god of greed. That there were sacrifices made to him, and that he was an evil god. What you wouldn't be able to tell though is exactly like what that being here would signify.
Okay. All right. Well, I think on that note, I'm just gonna stealth up and go investigate the tunnel more.
I'm gonna I have to keep line of sight on you, so I'm gonna let you go by, and then I'm gonna go there so I could kind of follow behind because I have to maintain concentration on the guidance.
Maintaining concentration doesn't mean that you have to maintain line of sight. No, just put them in the open. Yeah, you just have to maintain it. You touch a willing creature, and as long as you concentrate on it up to a minute, you don't have to be able to see it. Yeah.
Okay, then.
So it's with guidance. I roll a d4 to add to it, right?
Yeah. So you would roll. I'm not gonna make you roll a stealth check.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I'm at like 24.
Yeah, no. You make your way through. What I'm gonna have you do though is roll a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
So that'll have a D4.
That'll have an extra D4, right?
Okay. Thank God it will. 15.
So, as you're making your way through here, the room is very dark. Luckily with your dark vision though, you are able to see it in sort of grayscale. As you're rummaging around the area where you saw the ochre jelly hanging above the ceiling, there's a bit of a seam between the wall right here and right here. And as you are looking at it, you realize that similarly to the door that Vanadar opened a little bit ago, this wall actually pushes in as an entrance into another hallway.
Okay. Yeah, I'll continue down the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, you continue down the hallway. You see that there are. Oh wait, hold on a second. I gotta take off the magnets. You can see that there is a large stone doorway on the left and right hand side, and that ahead of you, it appears as if the hallway continued, but the ceiling has collapsed down in.
Okay. Can I look in the northern room?
So you go to open the door, and it is locked.
Is the southern one locked as well?
It is.
Okay. And I don't see like any switches or anything on the walls.
No, it's the walls here are just sort of hewn stone.
Okay. And I'll go back out and I'll tell them what I found. And there was the south of the first hallway, was that caved in as well?
So you see that there's a lot of rubble. If you continue around, you do see that it eventually ends at a wall.
Okay. All right, then yeah, I'll go back up and around, and I'll tell everybody that I found another door that leads into a hallway. It had 2 rooms, but both the doors were locked, and then the end of the hallway was cut off by a cave-in, so I'm not really sure what happened.
Luna asked, what do you mean found the door?
Well, it was flush. It was like another hidden door, almost like this one, and I point to the one that Vanadar had found. But I noticed the seams at the top, and I was able to open the door. I'm not entirely sure what is in the 2 rooms that were locked or what is beyond the fallen rubble in the hallway, though.
Was there a lot of rubble, or do you think we could clear it?
I'm Lucas.
Give me a perception check. Okay. I would give you this from whenever you were in there.
Perception 19.
So it didn't look like how can I put this? It looked as if you spent some time moving some of the rubble out of the way. You might be able to move beyond it.
Okay.
Awesome, let's do it.
You guys want to do some excavating?
Cedric, I
Do the
think you're the
doors have,
strongest.
keyholes?
So are those doors, Ash, are they completely flush locked?
Yeah, they were. I tried to push them open, but I couldn't get them to budge.
Do they have keyholes?
No, they were just flush with the
Oh,
wall.
okay, I see.
No, I will say the ones that were to the north and south, they had handles, but they didn't have keyholes.
Oh, okay.
So like you imagine maybe there was like a bar lock across the backside of it.
Do you guys want to maybe
Luna
go?
wonders why there's so many secret doors.
I say we rest
2
first
already.
before we start exerting ourselves.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, we could definitely use the rest. That's for sure. Do you guys want to do a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So are you going back out in order to do the short rest?
I mean, we could just like
We can just hang out in here.
Yeah, we could just sit here in the room.
Stay in the
Okay.
temple. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, go ahead and mark down on your character sheet. You know, click the short rest button. Make sure you spend any key points if you want to spend any key points to restore any hit points. Let me know what your hit points are if you do spend any.
I forget, where's the short rest option at again?
Should be at the very top.
Yep, very top next to long rest, and then you can click that. You can click the button it's underneath your class to determine how many hit die you want to use, and then you would just roll that as normal.
Wait.
What?
So say that again? We didn't do this last time.
So
No,
click the short.
I don't
click the
remember doing this before.
Yeah, I got the short rest button, and I see the 2 blips, but...
Okay,
we
so
have
the
to
2
roll to
blips.
see what HP we get back?
Right. So when you do a short rest, you don't have to, but you can spend a hit die to restore hit points. So if you have, if none of your little blips there are filled in, you have 2. If one of them is filled in, you only have 1 to spend right now. So I'm looking at Iluna's character sheet. Iluna already has 1 used. So she could. What's up?
What would signify her using it?
So what she would do is she would roll a d10 and add the +1 for her Constitution modifier, and that's what she gets back. So Cedric, if
So
you
basically,
wanted,
I'm asking, like, why does she already have 1 taken?
I think you guys,
Like,
actually,
should I be doing something that I'm not doing?
I don't think we
No.
did take any short rests recently.
yeah,
We
I
only
might have
took a long rest. Well,
I might have
Yeah.
accidentally clicked it then when I opened it. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so if you wanted, Cedric, if you wanted to restore hit points, you
I
would
have the
click.
action surge thing.
Well, you have action surge, but I think you already used that in your previous in the day. And
he didn't. He didn't
Yeah.
use his action surge. He used a second wind. So when you rest, each character has hit die that you could. That's how you regenerate health while short resting.
Okay,
Right,
I
so
didn't know
your-
that, so...
Yeah, your second wind allows you per short rest while in combat or whenever to use that ability to gain 1d10 plus I think your level in hit points. Whereas when you take a short rest where you spend like an hour or 2 just, relaxing, trying to gather yourself, you can roll your hit die. Luckily for you, your second wind is actually recharged by by taking a short rest. So you would actually get that ability back to continue using throughout the day.
Okay, and how often do your hit dies reset?
Every time you do a long rest, you get all your hit die back.
So
I used 1 hit die, Lucas,
Okay,
and
that's
I
fine.
healed for 5 points.
Cool. So you are up to 16.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Okay.
so
Yeah,
I
just
don't
let me
know if I would have to do anything.
I think you
You're-
might get your wild shape back.
So I get 5 HP back.
You got
Well,
5
okay.
HP, Cedric?
Yeah.
Shaylin, no. So you, or no, I'm sorry. Yes, you do. You would get back your use of wild shape because you used one wild shape
Right.
ability. So if you take a short rest, that would recover.
So just check mark that.
Yeah, make sure that when you hit, well, you actually don't have to check anything for wild shape. It's automatically recovered. The only thing on short rest that you ever have to check is hit die or resetting maximum HP, which don't do that on a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
I'm
just hit
gonna
take
ask.
short rest and that's it. I don't check mark anything.
Right.
Okay.
What's up, Stacy?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. It has recover phase step. That will happen by itself, but if I check the reset maximum HP,
Not
that's
check
something
reset
I
maximum.
no, you said. So how come I have two, like I have one box with a
Right.
little dot in it and one box
That's
without a
magic
little
math.
dot?
Yeah, I accidentally clicked that. I think when I opened up your character the last time. So like I said, you would not have any used. So you could roll 2d10 if you wanted to recover, that many hit points. You only have to you could roll
No
one, you could
milkshake?
roll none. It's up to you.
Can you bring it up? Thank
So,
you.
like I said, when you guys do a short
Wait,
rest, yeah,
So both of those should be unchecked if I
They
don't want to use them.
right.
I
Look,
see.
just one more question
Okay.
about that.
I kind
The
of
hit
want
die.
to.
Sorry, go ahead, Stacy.
Yeah, I want to. That's to attempt to increase HP at least a little,
I mean, it's not an attempt.
right?
It will. You when you do a short rest, you can
Well,
choose.
the attempt is to see how much HP I would get, right?
Right. You're gonna roll. You're gonna roll a d10 and add one, and that's gonna determine how many hit points you recover.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna do one.
Okay.
She's a little low.
Yeah. What's up, James?
So the hit die, they're only used for recovering HP during a short rest, nothing else?
Technically, yes, in your case right now. There are certain class and subclass abilities that allow you to sacrifice hit die for other things.
Okay.
I think there's a bard subclass that allows you to expend a hit die in order to gain back a certain amount of inspiration points or something like that, like once per long rest. But for you right now, the only thing that you have to concern yourself about is spending a hit die will allow you to recover during that short rest.
Okay. I got it now. That was just a legit first time I've heard
Okay.
about the hit die.
Yeah,
So
no problem.
I'm sure we didn't do these things before. Anyhow, so I just click a D10 and hit roll, and then that's what.
Yes. And then you add one
Okay.
because you have a +1 to your constitution modifier.
Okay, I have a question.
What's up?
After doing that and you go to the spells tab
Mhm.
where it has the slots that are pushed in,
Yes.
does that stay the same or does that reset or?
That resets for you on a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe it is I think there's a wizard subclass, warlocks get it, and I think sorcerers get back sorcery points and can use those to get back spell slots. But for you, you recover your spell slots on a long rest.
Clerics
So
are the
does the
same
short
way.
rest do anything for me other than HP?
The wild shape. The short
Okay.
rest gives you back your wild shape.
Okay.
Which I mean, hell,
So I got
for you that's
6+1, and I just sorry.
that's all right. So yeah, 6+1. So you would be back up to full hit points.
Ooh. And I just put those numbers up. I keep losing everything.
Yeah,
I
very
found it.
very
Thank you.
top. Yeah, very top of your page where it has your current hit points. You would just type 6 into that little bar in between heal and damage and click heal. Or 7, sorry. You would type in 7 and hit heal.
Thank you.
But yeah, for Shaylin,
Also, I accidentally hit a button that said inspiration, and now I don't know.
click that button again then, because we won't use that button. You guys will have your
Okay.
inspiration points in your equipment. But yeah, for Shaylin, the thing that you're gonna get back is gonna be your wild shape, which technically that's like getting that's like getting a ton of hit points back, because if you transform into a wolf, you have 11 hit points now free. Because when you get reduced to 0 hit points, you turn back into a druid and you have your 17 hit points back.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Can't
why
die
they're
as a wolf.
tanks. Yeah, that's why they're tanks. Or if you add a bear to that, I think a black bear is something that you can transform into, and I think it has 19 hit points.
Well,
Like,
I'll just hang up my
How
sword.
do I decide what to turn into?
if you go into your extras tab and you hit manage extras, where it says choose a category, turn that to wild shape. And I believe since you just picked your thing, you can now, so if you go into extras, go to manage extras and choose the category of wild shape, you'll see that there's an option there for challenge range.
Okay.
Make the one on the right a 1 and the other one I would say, like, you can actually just leave it as what it is. Everything in that list that shows up that is a challenge rating, 0 to 1, you can turn into, as long as it doesn't have a swimming speed and it doesn't have a flying speed. So you could turn into a boar, a badger, a cat, a deer, an elk,
That's
a giant ass weasel.
That's because she'd be familiar with these animals.
So, and
I
that's
was
the other
reading she's
thing.
got to see them with her own eyes, and she can turn into them.
Right. So being somebody that lived, being a wood elf, living out in the forest, you would have seen wolves, bears, deer. I mean, hell, you may have even seen a panther. Anything that you can imagine would have lived in a forest or a grassland area, you can probably transform into. Now, you obviously would not be able to turn into a Hadrosaurus. Probably not.
Dragon.
You might be able to turn into a, like, I don't know. It's hard to imagine, but maybe a lizard. There might have been lizards there, but probably not a velociraptor or a tiger. That's probably a little bit out of range. So like I said, what I
Uh-oh.
Does that mean going forward here, anything she sees, she can turn into?
It depends on the challenge rating.
What should I turn into?
Like one day when she sees a dragon, she'll be able to turn into that.
Like
Is
maybe
the challenge rating based on her level?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or based on the enemy's level, I think.
Yeah, so the creatures that you can pick from are based on the challenge rating of that creature. So you, as a moon druid, are allowed to turn into creatures that have a challenge rating of 1 or lower. And I think once you get to level 5 or 6 or somewhere around there, then you can transform into something with a swim speed. And I think around level 11, I could be way off.
It's so cool
You
how
get a
deep that it actually goes.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh,
pick
yeah, I mean,
animal? Do they have their own stats broken down?
it does. Yeah,
That's
so
so
you can go into each one. Like a dire wolf, for example, would actually be more powerful than your normal wolf form.
Right.
It has a higher armor class, more movement, and 37 hit points. But you get, and it's more powerful as well. So you're actually better off transforming into a dire wolf than a regular wolf. But yeah, in your off time, go through there under that wild shape category, anything with a challenge rating 1 that you might think would have been in a forest, see something that you like and add it to there. I personally, I played a druid, I played a Kenku druid who all he wanted to do was fly. And I pretty much always turned into a black bear. because they're stronger than a brown bear. Or maybe I'm mixing it up. No, it's a brown bear. A brown bear is stronger than a black bear, and I fucked shit up with that. 34 hit points.
So is this
Multiple
something that she could technically just walk around in, or is it only a combat phase thing?
It is not combat phased. You get it for I believe you can stay in it for an hour. Yes,
Oh, okay.
you can stay in that form for an hour. So,
Okay, and then one more question.
mhm.
Where it has all the ads, can I add different ones and then onto that list with the wolf, and then pick
Yeah.
whatever one from that, or do I pick one at a time?
No, yeah, like I said, fill up that
Okay.
wild shape list with whatever you think
Yeah, I
you
think
may
you
want
mentioned
to
it at the
transform
end of the
into.
last game.
Okay.
So, and you know, take your time doing it. You know, like I said, going through there, looking and seeing what the different creatures can do. Dire wolves get that keen sensibility, so they get advantage on perception checks that deal with hearing and smelling. So if you're trying to track someone, between you and Iluna being a ranger and having a good tracking ability, and you having that keen sensibility, between the two of you, you could probably track down anything or anyone.
Okay.
You know, it's an awesome ability, and the more you level up, the amount of time you can stay in that form increases, because you can stay in that form for an amount of time equal to your level divided by 2. So, and it's always rounded down. So at the next, when you reach level 4, you can stay in that form for 2 hours.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. Moon
Yeah.
Druids, again, powerful as can be. Combine that with a barbarian, like a totem warrior, like Nanok Bjornhild, the snow bear, just you have something that takes half damage from every attack except psychic, that turns into a bear, that once he's damaged, you never touch his real hit points. He doesn't die. He's a bear. He's a monster. I love him to death, and I want to play him so bad. So we're gonna move on. Now that you guys had a short rest and you recovered some hit points.
Long shit rest.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a short rest. So yeah, you guys took a little bit of time. Zash, I want to say this: when you put on this medallion on your belt, you feel there's almost a chill from it. You imagine maybe it's just the fact that it's like a cold metal plate that's touching you, but it just feels like colder than maybe like a dagger would be in this same environment, or any other piece of metal.
Can I try like putting it between my hands to warm it up?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you
mean your
do that.
paws?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, no. I'm not a furry, okay? I just thought a tabaxi monk would be cool.
Yeah. So you sort of try to warm it up. You can see that your hands, the heat from your hands, actually leaves like you can see there's a bit of like frost around where your fingers were.
It's pretty cold.
I'm gonna try putting it around my neck now. Let's see if anything happens.
Yeah. You put it around your neck. It's hanging there. I mean, it's cold. I mean, I imagine you're wearing some kind of clothing, so it's not like searing your skin or anything. But like I said, you can sort of feel that it has like a chill to it.
Okay.
So yeah, that like I said, were you going back in after the short rest to try and dig that place out?
I think that was the plan, yeah.
I think Cedric, being a fighter, would probably have the highest strength. He'd probably have to move some heavy rocks, so I think that should probably be...
You guys are just gonna have a picnic while I do all the work.
Well, while you start going and excavating, I'm gonna go talk to the dwarves and see if they'll help. To Dazzlin and Norbis.
Okay, I got you.
I can't
yeah.
see down there though.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so
I'll come with you.
Well, I'll go with
Iluna? Sorry.
You're good. So let me just get this straight. So Cedric, Shaylin, and Vanadar are going into the cave to dig it out. Zash and Iluna are going out to the dwarves.
No.
No?
Iluna, who looked around the room before and didn't see doors, we've now found 2 randomly pushed indoors wants to check for more.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, she already had the thing about looking for doors before, so.
Okay, so here is what I will do. So we have a little bit of like a 3-part thing here. So you're all going your separate ways. In this moment, I'm gonna move you guys down into. I gotta turn the magnet off.
Wow, I got
Uh,
lost.
This hallway. Where is Shaylin?
She disappeared. I don't know. I tried to move her and then she just vanished.
We're just sitting here talking and you just.
I can always move you guys around. So yeah, we'll put you guys in the hallway there.
Shaylin wild shaped into a post.
Yeah. That you head back outside, and Luna, you are searching this room. So this is I'll sort of go left to right. Zash, you head back outside, and you see Dazzlin and Norbis just sort of sitting around the fire, talking with one another. And they see you walking out, and they stand up, and Norbis looks at you and says, "Well, what's we heard a large commotion in there. What's going on?"
Didn't we already go out and tell him that we killed him?
Yes, but then you guys had your whole
that's right.
back and forth, and then you guys also fought the other slime.
Okay.
Right. So we found a hidden passage, and when I searched the passage, there was another ooze in there. We dispatched it, and then I went back in and searched the hidden passage a little more, and I actually found 2 more rooms. Both doors to both rooms were locked, and then actually at the end of the hallway it was caved in. And it kind of piqued our interest, and we're going to start digging it out. And I want to know if you guys will help us dig it out, because we're curious as to see what's at the end of this hallway.
And you see their eyes sort of light up, and they both get their pickaxes, and they hoof them over their shoulders. They go, and Norbis goes, "You kidding me? We're dwarves. It's what we do." And Dazzlin says, "Yeah, I mean, you guys finally cleared that place out, so let's go." And are you heading back in there with them?
Yeah, I'm going to show them where the hidden door was at, and kind of like just give them the rundown.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that while you go out there, Iluna, you are looking around the room. Give me a perception check.
I'm going to go run to the bathroom real quick.
Cool.
Yeah, but she's not looking with her eyeballs. Haha, I got a good one. Did it not go over?
It did
Christ
not.
Almighty. I knew I should have tested that. So it's a 20 plus 4.
Oh wow! So you got a nat 20 on that.
Yeah, it's a little deep.
She sees 17 doors.
How can I fix this? Why
So-
did that not work?
Make sure that whenever you go into your extensions, that your extension details for Encounter Beyond, the extension options for that, make sure that they're on the right the right address. The website that was sent to you to connect, that 10.0.0.93, make sure that that's in the extension options.
Oh, couldn't find. Okay. Doesn't.
Thanks.
Yeah. So what are we doing with this 2024?
Yeah. So as long as you're all set.
I can show you my screen if you want.
No, I trust you. I'm not saying that I don't trust you. I just wanted to make sure that your thing was good. So
I
you
have
actually
no idea. It's good.
you actually find rolling a 20 is obviously the highest that you can get. So
Mhm.
that's the best that you can do. But you are able to see that there is actually 3
Well,
other.
Okay.
Yeah. You can see that there's 3 other entrances or other hallways in this area. There's one to the north, one to the south, and you can imagine that the one on the eastern wall, south to the other side of where you guys have already entered, probably leads back into that same hallway because you can see an eerie blue light from there, and you imagine that that's from Vanadar's shield.
Okay.
So yeah, you find those 3, and I will say that you can see down this one. There's another doorway that leads to the end, and the one to the north, you can see it leads to another hallway.
Sorry.
All good.
Ooh. Is this time to explore, or is it someone else's story first?
So with that, what we'll say is, so I want to know what would you do after you found these doors?
Probably tell everyone because I don't really want to decide where to explore all by myself.
Okay, that's fine. So then we'll move everything over to Vanadar, Shaylin, and Cedric. So Vanadar, so you 3, you head into that hallway, and Cedric, you're sort of leading the way. Everything's given this like blue hue from Vanadar's shield. You can see there's all this rubble in the way, and when you get back there, you start moving it out of the way. Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Before he does that, I'll push past Shaylin and cast guidance on him too.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll push Shaylin.
Move.
Jeez.
Fell, scratched my elbow.
Ooh, a nat 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Job's done.
You've moved heavier things. You basically get back there and you're just throwing these rocks out of the way. After after a couple minutes though, you're actually getting to the point where you can start to feel like the air is now moving into the further chamber. And that is about the time when the dwarves come back and you pull this giant rock out of the way. And the dwarves are actually back there with Zash, and Shaylin also comes back to tell you guys about the other doors. Right as you're pulling this one rock out of the way, the whole thing, the ceiling sort of like dips a little bit but holds in place, and you're able to pull the last rock out that sort of settles everything. And as this happens, you actually see on the other side there is actually a white lion styled tabaxi standing on the other side. You can see that he seems older. He's a bit, you can see that he's kind of exhausted just the way that he's standing. And if you want, here, just so you can see sort of what he looks like. Oh, invalid layer. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Okay, yeah, I'll do this. Go, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's shit. That's kind of hard to see. Here, let me do that. That is what he looks like.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
But he's a little bit older. He's a little bit older.
Oh.
And like I said, you can see that he's visibly exhausted. And as the rock crumble away, you can see that he is also pulling rocks away from this area. And when it finally settles down, he looks up at all of you and says, "Thank you." And sits down on a pile of rocks and looks up and says, "I imagine you killed the slime creatures."
Yeah, we did. Hey, Zash, get up here.
Well, what's going on up there?
Zash, as you're sort of moving past everyone, you see this white furred tabaxi standing there who has like a large lion's mane. And he looks up at you with a bit of surprise and curiosity. You see almost like a slight moment of realized hope in his eyes, but it's sort of quickly nullified. But he looks at you and has a very confused look on his face, and he says, Are you Felnix?
I am. My mother was from the Felnix tribe.
From the region?
Yes.
Not from Snowperch?
Is that where she's from? I don't remember.
No. Your mother came from Icewind Dale.
Yeah,
She came
okay. She came from what?
10 towns.
10 towns? Okay. No. My mother came from Felwyn Perch, specifically 10 towns.
Oh wait, hold on. Here. Let me type it in just so you have reference in the future. So she comes from Icewind Dale, but she comes in Icewind Dale. There's basically a community of literally 10 towns known as 10 towns.
Okay.
So that's where she said she came from before meeting your father and joining the Keen family.
Okay.
I wasn't Snow Perch what was on the medallion.
It was.
Yeah,
Greymane and Snow Perch.
And he actually, as are you saying that in character or out?
I'm saying that in character, like looking at Zash.
As you say that,
Yeah.
he looks up at you and he says, "Oh, you found my medallion."
Oh, this is yours?
When I dealt with that slime creature, it fell off and I wasn't able to get back to it before I barricaded myself. And then the ceiling collapsed, and I've been trying to get out of here ever since. But
I take it off and I hand it to him and I ask, how long have you been trapped in that room?
It's hard to tell time whenever you can't see the sun. Maybe, depending on the amount of time, 3-4 days. And you can see that, he's exhausted, like physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted. That he is he's sort of built like he seems like in his younger days he was quite a powerful, fighter of some kind. But you can see that time has worn him down, and right now he seems a little more emaciated than anything.
Wants to offer him some food.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
one of us offer him some food.
I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna say, my name is Zash Keen. May I know your name? As I'm handing him a piece of the bread that we got from the gnomes.
He says, Keen. I don't know that place. Where is that village?
We're from...
You're from the outskirts of Neverwinter.
Neverwinter, yeah. My family is in liege with the Innsmiths.
Oh, that is a family name. I see. And he, as he's taking the rations and starting to eat them greedily, he says, "My name is Greymane Snowperch. I come from a village a few miles up into the mountains." And you see that he takes a seat, like starting to get a little bit of energy back from the food. He starts to recount his tale, and he explains that about what he can determine, maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, he was out he was out foraging for his village, the village of Snowperch, and he tells you that while he was out, he saw the large shadow of a mighty of a mighty dragon, a white dragon that flew down from the mountain, and it was heading towards his village. That he could see that it was, or sorry, yeah, he could see that it was heading right in the direction of his village. So he took off running as quickly as he could, calling out to those in his village. Unfortunately, much like a prey's cry out to a predator, there was a band of orcs coming down the mountain that heard him calling out to his village, and they intercepted him and drove him back down the mountain. He explained that in his younger days, he was a more formidable combatant, but nowadays age is starting to take him, and he explains that the orcs kept driving him out of the mountain and forcing him down into the lower valley, and that he eventually came across the canyon that led to this temple. It was late at night, and he saw the dwarves sleeping out at their campsite, and he knew that dwarves can be very stubborn, can be very protective, especially over dig sites. So he did not want to wake them or disturb them, figuring they might think he's trying to go in and steal from them. But he wanted to simply go into the temple and escape the orcs. At that moment, he explains that he sort of had this greedy thought of, well, if the orcs come down and find the dwarves, then they'll kill the dwarves, and I might, be left to live. But he explains that when he got into the temple, the slime creatures came down from the ceiling and cornered him, and he was actually he found the same entrance that you did, and he got back in there and shut the door behind him. And as he continued around, there was another slime creature in that hallway, the same one that you found. And he found the other door that you also found and shut it behind him. And when he was trying to, figure out where he can go and trying to open these doors to the north and south, and then exploring this area in the back, that the ceiling collapsed and he was trapped in there. And that over the past couple days, he's been trying to clear it out as much as he can, but more and more of the ceiling kept just caving down in. So he sort of stopped, figuring that if he continues, he might just cause a cave in.
Okay.
And then that sort of leads up to where you guys meet him.
He walks us
there-
through everything you just said. That was him talking to
Yeah,
us.
that was him. That was him explaining to it. It's that was him going over everything.
Wow, Gray Man, you've been through hell.
He nods and
It's quite a
says,
few days.
"Yeah, it's been. I've had. Back in my day, I've had worse, but in recent years, this has been the worst account. That damn dragon up in the mountains. It's just causing mayhem." And he looks at all of you and says, "Now, I told you my story. What exactly are you doing here?"
Well, we came on a quest from Phandalin to tell the dwarves to warn them actually about the dragon in the area. When we got here, the dwarves asked us if we could clear out the slimes for them. We agreed to. And then that's kind of just when we found the hidden passage, and then just natural curiosity made us continue to explore.
So if
So
you're
it
wondering,
really
Gray
was
Man, the
fate.
dwarves are still alive.
Yes.
They are.
Orcs did not find them.
And
Yeah.
he actually he says, "I'm very thankful for that. When I got here, I had this thought in my mind, and I would never think this way, normally, but I imagined myself living and them dying and not caring. I felt so selfish in that moment."
Yeah.
Did you have something to say, Stacy?
No, well, I was gonna say we've had one of our party acting a bit strange too.
Are you aware who this temple was built for?
I know very little about the dwarven gods. I believe I don't.
this temple was for Abathor.
You can see he just,
He has no idea who that is.
A look of, like Abathor. That's a name.
He's the dwarven god of greed. He is well known as a quite evil god. Sacrifices to him, all of that. So maybe being in this temple, there's some sort of power that amplified your greed, your want to live, even if it's at the cost of another's life.
And you see him nodding, and he sort of steps back and says, well, then that might explain why I wanted this gem. And he pulls out a gemstone from his pocket, and he says, this statue, and you see a pile of rubble in the southern alcove in this room. And he says, when I first got back here, there was a gemstone in the hands of this dwarven statue. When I saw it, I wanted it above all else. And when I grabbed it, the gemstone shined in my hands like nothing ever did. And then the statue exploded. And he's like, he looks at you and he says, I honestly thought I was not going to live. And but you can see that in the one corner of the room, there is like a small trickle of water that's coming down from the ceiling. He explains to you that he's been basically over the past couple days surviving off of that small drip.
The gem that he pulls out, does it look like the one or similar to the one that I found earlier?
It does, but it is far more finely crafted. The one that you have, it's a nice looking gem, but it has imperfections. This one is near perfect.
Okay, and you said when he pulled the gem out of the statue exploded?
Yes.
Okay, and is there anything else in this room other than the exploded statue?
Other than the small spot that he's been laying in where it's been dripping, it seems as if this room was designed to more or less just be a sanctuary for that statue and that particular gemstone, because there doesn't seem to be anything particular about this room other than where the statue was.
Okay.
Can I go examine the rubble?
Yeah. You go. Yeah, you can both look at it. Go ahead and roll me perception checks, or roll me investigation. Sorry. Yeah, if you wanna look and see what you can determine from it.
Oh. Okay, hopefully this rolls over there. It didn't. I got a 17.
Okay. Yeah, so you so Iluna, you're looking through it. You can find you're both looking through it. You can see that it is the rubble of a sort of like dwarven creature that would have had horns on its head. You don't find anything in particular. Vanadar, they're looking through this, but Iluna, you actually look. You're sort of digging through the rubble. You find that there's a small opening in the ground underneath it, and inside of this small hole, there's actually a symbol that is the symbol of the dwarven god of greed, Abathor. And when you pull it out, here, let me pull it up here. Kind of hard.
If you just said something, Stacy, we didn't get it.
No, that one's actually to myself. I don't know why this is not working. Why the rolls aren't.
You have to refresh everything.
Over.
If you didn't
make
do
sure.
that.
Yeah, if you make sure that link is right, make sure you refresh your character sheet as well as your Encounter Plus page.
Ooh.
It's not the end of the world though if it doesn't work.
Yeah, you can just tell us what you roll. It's
It
fine.
isn't, but it was happily working the other time. So.
So yeah, this is this is what you are able to. This is what the symbol looks like. It is it is like a metal pendant that looks like a dagger, but there's a gemstone in the pommel, in the hilt, and in the center of the hilt, and on the ends of the hilt.
Okay.
Does
so Iluna finds this, right?
Yes.
She picks it up, and who's with me?
Vanadar.
Sash, Vanadar. So I'd show it to him because he seems to know more about this stuff than I do. So does this mean anything to you?
would that mean anything to me with my dwarven deity?
Roll me a wisdom check or wisdom save.
Oh God.
Save.
Don't make it with advantage though.
Okay, that's fine.
Tony's gonna attack.
All right. You know this is the symbol of Abathor. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, when talking to the dwarves earlier, they, and between them and you and Zash, yeah, it's obviously Abathor's symbol. So, whatever that may mean to you.
Do you want this?
Would I be aware of the fact that I just had to roll for that? Like would I have felt like anything? Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll keep it just in case. Like next time I talk with Moradin, maybe I'll mention it to him.
Actually, no. Sorry. Let me say this. When she shows it to you, you feel a slight draw to it, but it's a fleeting moment. You think back to that moment with the coffer, and you're just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that again, and you just sort of pass it off.
Okay, in that case, no, you can hold on to it. I don't think these things are meant for me right now. Like I'm having some weird reactions to the relics we're finding in this place. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh, it's no problem. I'll hold on to it. I mean, it means nothing to me right now, so see if someone else wants it later.
You win this time.
Did I see it?
Yeah.
Not yet, I don't think. Did he?
It depends. Yeah, it depends on how they're sort of doing it. If you want to, be over their shoulder while they're doing this. I didn't know if you were still sort of like conversing with Greymane.
I mean, I feel like I would notice them like digging through the rubble and like just check it out. And the box that I found earlier, did it have like a matching symbol on it?
You did not really look over it too much. You checked to see if you could open it, and then you sort of had that little scuffle.
Right.
And then you put it away. So if you want to pull it out, you can look at it.
Yeah, I want to pull it out and look at it and see like, is
mean
there
my
any
box?
symbolage on it? And
yeah, you actually see that the top of it, the last time, like I said, it was, you took it out and then you sort of had that little spat. You can see that the top of it has the same symbol across it. Vanadar, wisdom save.
Wait.
Cedric sees Dash pull this out, and I'm like, here we go again.
With advantage or not?
No.
Even though I have advantage on wisdom saving
I
throws?
know you
it means it's at disadvantage, and
Okay.
since you have advantage, it's canceling it out.
Ooh, nat 20. Just kidding. It looks like a nat 30.
What? Rolled a
Why is he pulling
13.
that out again?
No. Wait. Never mind. It just went away.
No, I see it. I have it up on my side.
No,
so that
but
I can always see
it literally rolled. Like, I don't know if, if it would have been cocked or whatnot, but it definitely was a 20.
I'll say
Yeah.
We'll go by what the computer
Yeah,
says.
yeah. I was gonna try and take a picture of it, but it went away too quickly. That's fine.
He's bragging again. It's his, right? He didn't let you have it.
So I walk over and I'm like, so since I gave you that pendant that you wanted, can I have this now?
I just look at Vanadar and flip him off.
I'm standing
And I
between
keep
you
looking at the
guys.
box. I'm trying to figure out, like, is there some
I
way, like, I can...
tapping her little thing a bit harder now since these guys are Lightning.
So this symbol that she found, how big is it?
Oh, about that
Good
big.
Okay, is there like a keyhole, a slot, something like can I insert it and
yeah.
unlock this box with
I
it?
is definitely curious if it would.
You could try. You could try whatever you want. It doesn't have a keyhole. The coffer
Okay.
doesn't have a keyhole.
So there's
That's
like
all-
no way for them to interact with each other other than like literally just setting it on top of it.
Yeah, like smashing a
Okay.
Barbie and a Ken doll together.
Right. Okay, I'll put the box away then. Hmm.
I feel like
Vanadar.
Vanadar turns into Bilbo whenever he.
Yeah.
Bye, precious.
So while all of this is going on, I do want to address something. So when you guys got back there, Zash, when you got back there with the dwarves, they saw Cedric immediately like pulling that away, and you see like they were just like, oh, it's already done. Like, okay, and they sort of walked back out. I just wanted to address that
I keep
because
forgetting about those dwarves.
no, not that you guys forgot about them. Who had this? Who got the sending stone? Was it Vanadar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanadar, from your pocket where you have the sending stone, you hear a voice come from it that sounds like Norbis, and he goes, "Hey, if you guys are in there, we need your help out here."
Oh god.
I-
It's
I-
the orcs.
I pull it out, and I let everyone know if they didn't hear it, and ask Greymane. Apparently there's something going on outside. Do you wanna come with?
And he looks at you and he says, "Well, if you're willing, sorry," he says, "Well, I have to be getting back to my village as quickly as possible. So if I have to be leaving here soon." And so with that, he gestures to you to lead the way. As you're walking out, you can let me move you guys. Place party. You're gonna want to move everything over to the far left on the screen. As you are, I don't want to do that. Stop. Second. So as you make your way out there, you see Dazzlin and Norbis standing at the great entrance to this, to these ruins, and just barely beyond the doors. It's kind of hard to see because this thing doesn't do. Let me drop something in here just so I can give you guys light. That fire go. No. Jeez. Sorry, this is taking me a minute.
T, is mom watching?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, mom.
She texted you guys.
I don't have my
Oh
phone.
yeah, my phone's in my purse.
She says Michelle needs a webcam.
No, she doesn't.
I was thinking maybe I could do it to where we can see both of us.
No, we don't need to do that.
Here we go. Maybe this will work. $100, and I'll have to keep this in mind for the next time. There we go.
That's a lot of orcs.
And now if I make it hidden, will it? Yeah, cool. That works.
You just do that so you gave it light so we could see.
So I can give you guys light without having to reveal the rest of the area, because technically it's daytime now, and out here you guys can see everything is normal. So you look out and you can see that there is a horde of orcs standing outside, weapons ready, and they're sort of like calling into there, and they're moving their way up. I just have them placed here, but you know, you can see that they're moving their way in. And when you guys get up there, Greymane, he says, "That's them, the orcs that chased me down the mountain."
Well,
Are they
As it-
just out there stationary, or are they advancing toward us?
Yeah, they saw the two dwarves, and they're now just sort of out there standing menacingly. But they're not rushing in and attacking.
Does anyone
Okay.
speak Orcish?
I don't. But
don't
I
either.
know. So those two big black spots, those are like big, large gates, right?
Yes.
Like I could hide, but I'm gonna stealth up and I'm gonna hide behind them.
Okay. So basically, I'm like I said, I'm gonna give you guys whatever you want to do right now. Let me know what you want to try and do
Just
before this all kicks off.
So
just-
none
Yeah,
of us speak Orcish?
I'm gonna be like hiding on the side in case if they like aggressively come through to try to attack us. I'm like ready for like a sneak attack from the side.
I think you're muted,
Okay.
Stacy.
Yeah, she.
Oh yeah,
is.
Stacy, your mic is muted. There you go.
Just-
Iluna speaks orc.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It's favored enemy because orcs hate elves.
Oh, okay. Well, just FYI to everyone. We took a short rest. That's all fine and dandy. But like, I have like one spell left. So if this is going to be a battle, it's going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
So they're obviously not going away, right? We can't just.
Maybe Aluna can sweet talk them.
Yeah. Maybe speak some
Sweet talk the
Orcish
natural
and...
enemy of hers.
You never know.
Okay.
Like yeah, like
Oh, no.
like the ball is in your court, Eluna, because like you're the only one who could communicate with them.
What would you do with
I was
6
also
orcs?
going to suggest we retreat to where we can protect one entrance, a small entrance.
Oh, we already have a choke point
So
here.
they
Yeah. That's already a choke point.
That's pretty wide. Oh, okay, it's cool.
It's like 5
I was gonna
feet.
say,
It's like a 4
yeah,
feet gate.
the entrance here, the entrance to the door is like maybe just like 8 feet wide. So like maybe like 6 to 8 feet wide. So it's actually a good funnel.
Oh, you know
Okay.
what, hey Luna, here's what I think we should do. Go out there and talk some smack to them. Antagonize them. Like, come forward.
We went to threaten them.
Because
We
they
don't
got a
just
little,
want
they're
them
not
to
gonna go anywhere. We got a choke point here. Let's just see what they do. If we say
Yeah.
talk some smack.
Maybe they're just looking for
They're
something.
fucking orcs.
Yeah,
I mean they were.
not very threatening.
Do you see what they look like?
No.
That's threatening to me.
Maybe
They
they
have
just
their
look
weapons
Greymane.
No,
out.
I mean, Iluna is not very threatening. They're enemies.
I mean, if you want to intimidate
But
them,
she can go out and ask them what they're doing down here. Or
What are you guys
Can we
doing
who
talk?
they're
down here?
after.
Can I help you?
Why are they so intent on coming down
Well,
here?
they're
with
hunting
the-
Greymane.
yeah, just make sure you don't get too close. Like shout to them.
What exactly are you saying to them? If you are saying anything,
I don't know. Maybe she shouldn't admitted she knows. I think she wants to overhear them.
Just give them
See if
salutations.
they're saying
You
anything.
come in peace.
I mean, if you like peek your head out, they are out there just like shouting war chants.
I'm sure they're friendly.
But they're not they have no. I know nothing about dwarves. I mean orcs, and if
You
they
know,
actually do
actually,
much chat
you-
amongst each other.
You do know a lot about orcs. In fact, they are your
Well, she
favorite
does.
enemy.
I don't. So I'm not asking the right questions as a player.
Right. So you
Well,
need to be
just-
asking me to roll.
Ask them what they're doing here.
to roll something. I mean, I will say this: Iluna knows that orcs are vicious creatures that are very focused on taking, like killing, taking property, taking land, and defending themselves. That is what they live for. They live for battle. And when you have an angry orc, in most cases, they're pretty dumb. They're not going to strategize so much as they are just going to like brawl into stuff.
I have a question for you. That being
Yes.
said, if they're you just said first of
Just
all,
dangle Greymane out there. They'll come charging.
would Vandenart know anything about orcs? Like what you just said, is that like base knowledge about orcs?
I mean, base knowledge of orcs is that they're vicious creatures that live, that often attack, travelers and adventurers, and they are often they are sometimes leaders of like goblin packs.
Okay, so that being said, would my quarry spirit be saying anything to me during this intense warlike moment?
Fight.
Wow. Okay.
That you get a sensation to fight.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna move up a little teeny bit, and I'm gonna mind link with Eluna. Just so like I could audibly not have to say anything, and I'm like speaking directly telepathically to her. That these orcs, they usually are here to fight. Like I don't think there's any talking to them outside of that, unless you want to try to intimidate them to leave. I think you could reply back to me telepathically, so you don't have to talk.
Okay. She doesn't intend to intimidate them to leave because she doesn't.
Then chances are they're probably going to attack you.
Well, I'm sorry.
Roll initiative.
Jesus Christ!
Uh-oh.
Get the shit out of me.
We're all just sitting here thinking of what to do.
I know. That's the thing. You're
They got a
basically
lot to
standing.
do in their day. Who's rolling, Lucas?
You said roll
so
initiative.
Everybody.
Yeah, I said,
Everyone.
yeah, everyone.
Did you see mine? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Hey, there's Iluna.
Oh, I rolled an 18.
Did you?
Sorry, I rolled with my dice.
Okay. So Cedric got a 10, Shaylin got an 8, Vanadar got 18, and you said, what did you get, Zash?
I got 18 as well.
Okay.
Shouldn't technically he should go before me? His dexterity's higher. Do you play with those rules?
What do I have?
If we both rolled the same thing.
Yeah, he should, but I'm just going by what Encounter Plus does.
Okay.
So we just lost initiative because we took too long.
No, you did not lose initiative. The orcs, out of game, orcs just rolled high. But it does fit the narrative because you guys were standing there trying to decide what you were going to do. So
Yeah, let them come.
this, I gotta, 1 second. I gotta put everyone back on the grid here because right now you're off the grid.
That's Norbris and Dazzling up there, right?
Yeah, D1 and D2 are the Dwarven workers. G1 is Greymane. And yeah, so this orc
So
is
they asked us to help, but they're not fighting.
No,
I think they're just getting in position. This
I
is
think
where
they're hiding.
no. You could see that when they called you guys out, like they went back into this like ruined area and are like huddled down a bit.
Oh no.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they're
we definitely
workers.
should
They're not
treat it
fighters.
more- Anyhow, so give them a weapon, and at least they can defend themselves.
Oh, they have pickaxes. They can
Yeah.
defend themselves. But you should worry about the orc that is rushing you right now.
Definitely am.
And so he is going to attack.
Oh,
That's a
no.
critical hit.
Did he just one-shot you?
I don't necessarily know if he one-shot her.
And again, I have one spell.
Hashtag newbies.
Wait, why didn't that show the roll? Oh, shit, wasn't on public. You take 16 points of damage.
Oh god.
Oh shoot, I accidentally doubled your. Yes. You got extremely lucky. I rolled a 1, and it automatically dealt the 12 of its great axe. This orc rushes up to you. Orcs and dwarves don't usually have good tidings with one another, and this one runs up and just as you're standing there trying to have this trying to figure out what you're gonna do with the rest of your group, you just get this great axe across the back, and it shreds your clothing on the back. You have this gash now, and the other orcs this orc is going to move up and is going to try and shove you. So you need to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
She'd choose whatever's higher.
She can choose whatever's higher. So I would say go with acrobatics because that is your dexterity.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh, very nice.
damn.
Yeah. So this orc, comes rushing up, tries to shoulder charge you, and even with that, wound in your back, you got that gash in the back. You're still able to maneuver around. This other one tries the same thing, seeing that one fail. Go ahead and roll that again. Man, you are just
That's
beating
insane.
Wow.
Yeah, these two orcs are just trying to push through you.
Lady Luck is with you tonight.
Yeah, they're not able. You're swiftly, ducking and weaving. The other ones move up, but they're not able to get into this area.
Oh, good.
But as they're moving up, they are going to start throwing some javelins. So Vanadar, that misses, and Zash, that also misses. So you see Iluna just get her back slashed across, and then all of a sudden 2 orcs come up trying to push her through this doorway, and she swiftly moves out of the way as 3 javelins fire through this opening and hit the ground in front of you. Vanadar, it is your turn.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could heal you for anything substantial. But I'll try. Okay, I'm gonna move here.
Wait.
I'm
Okay.
going to tap on Iluna and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So that's 7 HP,
All right.
and that
You're
also
healed.
that allows you to attack one of them if you want to use your reaction to attack.
Oh.
Yes. So you could attack one of them with your quarterstaff or your short sword. I imagine you would have a short sword available.
Or technically, she could shoot too. It would be at
She could,
disadvantage.
but she's at disadvantage
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can't do an opportunity attack with a ranged weapon. Unless you have a hand crossbow and crossbow expert.
You let Cedric do it last fight.
Okay.
Because
I'm trying to keep track of her severe injury. So she had a hit of 16, which nearly flipping killed her.
Yeah. You should be at
Right.
9.
And then 7.
Yeah.
I'm
you're at
sorry.
9. You're at 9.
You're at 9 hit points.
Also, you have a potion if you need to.
I do. I was going to ask, when can she use her potion? On her turn or in the middle of being attacked?
On your turn.
You can use it on your turn as a bonus action.
Yeah, so I couldn't have used it while they were trying to.
Yeah,
you can't. Out of her.
You cannot use an item as a reaction.
But yeah, it says the ally can use their reaction immediately after the spell to make one weapon attack against a creature.
Well, I'm sorry. You're right. You are right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
she could make it with her longbow, but it would be made with disadvantage.
Yes. Okay.
Oh no.
Or you can use with your. So
you get a free attack. You better head up.
She's just standing right there since she gets to attack. I'm sorry. I did something dumb and my sheet is still reloading.
Okay.
But she's standing there and she gets a
free attack.
Reaction attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Why
because
is
of
it taking so
my
long
hail.
to reload? I would use short sword, but I'm trying to get it to reload.
Do you want, while it's reloading, do you want me to roll for you on Encounter Plus?
It's up.
Okay.
Lucas, do you allow for real-time strategy talk, or?
You have free action, like you can converse while in combat, but nothing that would no conversation that would really exist outside in a round of combat outside of like 6 seconds.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, no big deal. I mean, you missed the free attack.
Okay.
All right. Zash, it is your turn. Unless Vanadar, you have anything else.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I have nothing else
Zash,
to do.
it is your turn.
Okay. They were able to see me even like when I was hiding behind the store and stuff.
I mean, there's like they were just going in there.
Okay, so they were just blindly throwing.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna move around. And I'm gonna throw my boomerang.
Okay.
Alright, here, I'll roll this on here. It's only a 10.
Okay, that misses.
And then, for my bonus action, I'm gonna call out to them and say, why are you attacking us? What do you want?
Hopefully they can understand that.
They are just, like, just trying to get, through Iruna, who's still standing fast. Speaking of which, it is your turn.
Where? Yeah. So she needs to retreat a little bit so she can get her longbow out, but can take that potion now?
If you wanted to use your bonus action, you can drink your healing potion.
What? There's
you can
nothing else
disengage too if you
bonus
want.
action one, right?
Well, can she?
So like I said, you can drink your healing potion as a bonus action. After that, you would still have your full action, which you could either use to just move back and try and shoot real quick, or like James just said, you can disengage so that they don't get opportunity attacks against you.
3 of them are going to swing at her, right?
I keep forgetting about them, even though I got whacked with a slime just 10 minutes ago.
Don't forget about your face step either.
I think that's a bonus action.
Face step is a bonus action.
Well, I mean, she just needs to get out of there.
Right.
So
face step, she's not going to trigger a opportunity attack with.
And I mean,
Correct.
you're at 9 health. If you just mind your distance, if you face step like as far away as you can, I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be able to get hit unless they chuck a javelin at you.
No,
So-
I want her to retreat for sure. So for retreat with face up, where are we at? I lost her.
She's
There's
right
too
here.
many.
She's right here. So you could move. You could move all the way back here if you wanted.
Is that all a face
That does allow them
It's
to
a
come
teleport,
like right.
You could go anywhere within 30 feet.
Which is 6 squares.
She still needs to be able to shoot her weapon at some point, but right now she's just retreating and doing nothing, I guess. Because
I mean, you
You
still
can
have
still
your full
shoot.
I
action.
want them to have. Yeah.
That's because now that you face stepped back, you could now shoot your bow.
Oh yes, it's not. Yeah. Okay. And loads her bow and
Okay, go ahead and
shoots
make
it.
go ahead and roll your attack.
Nice. Why does this take so long? Let's-
Okay,
Come over.
that's it.
Yeah.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage and tell me which one you are aiming for. 1, 2, or 3.
Oh. I can't see. I guess two's the closest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I
She
did.
did.
Did it not come
It's
through?
5
I'm sorry.
points,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I just didn't see it. My apologies. All right. So you see Greymane in the back. You can see that he is contemplating something, sort of pensively, and he moves up around, and he moves up around and he looks at all of these orcs, and you can see that they recognize him and they get these evil grins on their face, and they're just yes. And he is going to sort of pull back a little bit and sort of looks at everyone and says, I'm sorry if anybody is hurt, or if anybody gets hurt, this is my fault. And it is Cedric's turn.
I'm gonna move to here and pull out my crossbow.
Okay.
I want to go for the number 2, the same one that she hit.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack. That hits. All right. Get some mighty damage. Okay.
Was that 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10.
That's 10 total. All right, Shaylin.
I'm gonna move. I'll be right here. And I'm going to cast my Entangle on Bree, I think.
Okay. So
I just hit cast, right? On the spell sheet?
yeah. So you would just hit cast. Now, so keep in mind that is a 20-foot square. So that would mean that it is going to take up that's going to take up an area that is 4 by 4. So if you want, you would actually be advantageous to cast it
On 1.
like, let me see here.
Yeah, 1 maybe.
That is a 20-foot square. So basically, yeah, casting it on
Yeah, it's
1.
small.
Okay.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm doing that wrong. That's not a 20-foot square. That's a 20-foot square.
Shelly, what's your radius
Nice.
on crossbow?
So there you go. So yeah, you are able to cast it on, like, we'll say that you can cast it on 4 and it'll hit all of them.
My radius on frostbite is 60.
Jeez.
All right. So
So
they need to make strength saving throws. And that is a DC of 13. So that is a success. Success.
Shit.
Failure. Success. Failure. And, oh, that was a dexterity, but I will take that roll and add that, so that would have been a failure as well.
So you got what?
So
3 of them?
3 of them. Yes. So number 3, number 5, and so they are what? Restrained or? Yeah, they are restrained. Let me
Which
mark all
ones?
the. It's going to be 3, 5, and 6.
Okay.
And
How do you
I'm going.
signify that on the map?
So I can't. There's actually something I was showing. I think I was showing Tony the other day. There is actually a way that I can signify that. The problem is that it really messes with my with how my page works. Because you can see I can put these little
That's cool.
markers around
That's so
each
cool.
one that is, but on my side of things, even though that's a little tiny square, it takes up like a 6x6 grid. So trying to click around it is a pain in the butt. But I'll make the attempt this time.
What if you do the glow effect like you did with Vanadar when we were in the gnomes?
Okay, I can do that. Delete.
It'd be cool if it let us like mark up the map on our end.
Yeah. Like that way, just so, you know, we can... Because as long as we have some type of indicator to see which ones are entangled, I think that should be fine until they get like a better system in place.
Oh yeah. I just tried. I could do that. I can make
Yeah,
it
you
glow
can-
like that, but
Yeah.
It doesn't stay.
oops. Sorry.
How did you get yours to say your name? Mine just says unknown.
If you go,
Because you're a
click
cat.
where it says Encounter Plus up in the top left of your map, you can go to the settings and you can change your name.
Oh.
Yeah, I can do this if that works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you take that square off?
The box.
I can take the square off.
Oh well,
So,
no,
give me-
that's difficult terrain now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
Okay.
maybe leave it on then.
So
Then, yeah.
I'm going. I will change the color of the box to not be the same color
Okay.
as
Yeah.
as this entangled.
I'm so impressed with the tools that you have on that end.
Yeah.
I love this thing. Like
It's so nice.
when it works very well. So here we'll do that as nope. we're
Oh,
not-
yeah.
Here, wait. We'll
That's
do it.
great.
We'll do it as Michelle. Pick a color.
Purple.
I knew that's
Dark
what she was
purple,
gonna
light
pick.
Light.
Like purple.
What are they, purple vines?
There you go.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Then you,
Yes, they are
Yeah.
purple vines.
yeah. So you can see the ones that are restrained. So after that, it is going to be the 2 dwarves. They are.
Doesn't she still have a bonus?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to do anything else, I didn't know if
can I shapeshift now, or do I have to wait until
Oh, yeah.
next turn?
you can absolutely shapeshift.
Okay, I want to shift into my wolf form.
Regular wolf or dire wolf.
Well, I only have wolf on my list right now, so.
You can add dire
This will
wolf.
let you go dire wolf.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
then
go dire wolf.
it is.
Dire wolf, bear, mongoose.
I saw a crocodile on there.
I saw Crocodile too.
That's and you know what? That's the crappy part about being a low-level druid is that a crocodile has a it has a swim speed, which means that you can't turn into that yet.
Yeah, not till 4th level.
All right. Yeah.
Um,
So dire wolf it is. What do
all
I
right.
do? Anything? Or
Nope.
am I just it?
Yeah, you're here. I'll let me. Do I have a? Yeah, I'll do this because kind of funny, I guess. Make that friendly. And there you go. That
You're
is now
that big.
no. Dire wolves are large creatures.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So Shaylin, I'm just gonna put you over here, and you're gonna be like you literally shape shifting. You actually like moved Vanadar back a step.
Shit.
Probably a good sign.
You're now just this giant imposing figure right at these doors. Okay, so the dwarves in the back, they are just sort of huddled together, and it is the orcs' turn. So, seeing you turn into a dire wolf, this one in the front seems a little bit stammered, and but he shakes it off, tries to get that resolved, but like seeing the magic that you cast and everything, so I'm gonna give him disadvantage on this attack. I think I can do that. Yeah. Okay, so that misses because your AC is now 14. Yeah. Okay, that stayed the same. That's good. And oh wait, let me just add you into the initiative. There we go. And number 2 is going to try and do the same thing, but he's been hit. He is actually pretty ticked off. So that hits. So you're going to take 8 points of slashing damage.
So do I just put an 8 in that, or do I do a -8?
No, so when so you're going to go to your extras and click Dire Wolf, and where it says hit points, you'll just change that down by 8.
You already have it up, babes, right there in front of you on the left. Where it says Direwolf, yeah.
Yeah, so when you click Dire Wolf, you'll see that it comes up with your new stat block and like what you can do, and at the very top of that, you'll have your hit points that you can adjust.
Oh, they even have a picture on there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Dire Wolves. I mean, that's actually just the picture of the regular wolf. If you go into on Encounter Plus now, if you scroll down through the list of people, you can actually click the Dire Wolf symbol if you want to see it a little bit bigger, because these things are freaking massive. All right, number 3. It is his turn. It just means, yeah, he has. Okay, yeah, he's gonna try and, or actually, number 2 is going to try and push through you. So make a strength check, Shaylin.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're probably not gonna. Oh, actually, that's with a +3. So that is an 18. So yeah, this one orc tries to push through you like he did with Iluna a moment ago, and you hold him back. The other ones in the back are going to attempt to throw their spears again into the crowd. So these are going to be made towards. We'll say, actually no, they're just gonna try and throw them at Shaylin. So that hits, that misses, and that misses. So you get hit with 1, so you take 6 points of damage. And see, the funny thing is, you've already taken 2 hits, and you literally have more hit points now than you did when you were an elf. It's ridiculous.
Can I mount you? Ride you into battle?
Technically, there's nothing that says you couldn't.
I got fur you can hold on to.
There is a subclass for fighter called Cavalier.
True.
I'm pretty sure you get a mount.
True. You and Shaylin, Cedric and Shaylin, could ride into battle together if you go.
That's kind of badass to picture.
Maybe when you're a crocodile.
All right. So yeah, they're throwing in Vanadar. It is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm going to very briefly step in front of the direwolf
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I technically don't have to. I'll stay where
More
I am.
like under.
I'm going to pull out my
You're what?
my sensor and cast Channel Divinity Orders Demand, which makes all 6 of them. They have to make Wisdom saving throws, or else they're charmed.
Okay. That's a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm assuming they're not very smart.
What's your DC?
It.
I think it's 13.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so one definitely succeeds, 2 definitely succeed, 3 succeed. So 3 success and 4, or 3 success, 3 fail. That is going to be 1, 2, and 6.
And it as a bonus effect from that, if they fail it and become charmed, I could also force them to drop what they're holding, which I'm assuming would be their weapons.
Okay, so and 6. 6 is not only restrained but charmed now.
Yeah, he's like brain dead in the back.
Okay, so what does this let you do? Present your holy symbol. Be charmed by you.
Just making DM life hard.
Yeah. So, are you having them drop their weapons then?
Yeah, and in addition to being charmed, yes, drop their weapons.
Okay. So yeah, so you go up, you present your holy symbol, you say so what exactly are you doing? Like, how are you doing this?
I'm just taking it out and saying, by Moradin's order, drop your weapons. I guess.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes. So no?
No.
Not wisdom?
You roll saving throw.
Okay.
Maybe that's not what Moradin wants you to do.
Advantage or no?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, Martin
Oh,
wants you to
thank God! Okay.
Oof.
Okay. As you're walking up and you're doing this, you're pulling out this this symbol of, you're pulling out the symbol of Morden, and you're commanding them to drop their weapons. You sort of have a twinge in the back of your mind. It's almost like a slight flash of that holy symbol of Abathor. But then like as you're looking at the symbol, that goes away and you cast the spell and you see that, the 3 on the right just drop their weapons to the ground.
And then, it doesn't say it on there, but I'm assuming that's an action, correct?
That is an action. When you use your channel divinity, it is an action. Or no. Yeah. Using order of demand is an action.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to attempt, because I know you and I talked about this, I'm going to attempt the 3 that are charmed I'm going to try to persuade them to not attack my allies.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check against them. Okay.
Pretty good.
Am I here?
What?
Am I still here?
Yeah.
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 Oh, sorry. You said where to go, and I thought I got
No,
disconnected.
he said pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So these ones, they look at you, and okay, hold on. Yeah. So they look at you and they go, oh, all right, and they move away from the 2 really are this one, they can't move right now, but they move away from their weapons. They drop their weapons.
Cool.
And they step back from them. Zash, it is your turn.
Okay, so it's 2, 6, and what was the other one that was charmed?
It is 1, 2, and 6.
1, 2, and 6. Okay. I am gonna chuck my boomerang at 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it breaks on damage.
Yeah, that's why I didn't attack it. It's 24 to
Oh, yeah.
hit.
That definitely hits.
Dinner's done.
6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then
Sorry. Let me look at something real fast. You have advantage on that attack.
oh, do I? Okay, I'll roll again.
Because number 3 is restrained.
It's
So-
a 5.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure this way if you would have got a 20.
Right. And then I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna yell out to him again and tell him, we don't want to fight you. Lay down your arms and leave.
And you see the two in the front say, "We already did."
Then leave. Walk away.
But the dragon. Luna.
Well, okay.
You're muted again, Aluna.
Stacy, your
No,
mic's muted.
I'm
There you
good.
All right.
So what? I'm just gonna attack them, but because we're still in battle, but I really want to know what they're talking about. So when can I?
You can do whatever you want right now. I mean, it's your turn.
Was Ash able to communicate with them because they were charmed?
So
Yeah.
they are regarding
I was gonna ask.
They regard 1, 2, and 6 regard Vanadar right now as a friend of theirs. They're more or less just like in this current state of mind.
And when they said the dragon, was it in common then, and we all heard them say that?
Yes. What-
Well, before that was said, I was just gonna shoot a arrow at them, but
I mean, you can attack and then bonus action talk to them. That's what I've been doing.
I mean, you're not necessarily using a bonus action to talk to them. You're using a free
Right.
action to talk to them. But I need to know what you're doing. Like this is heat of battle.
yep. I am curious about that. There's nothing else for me to do. I can't
Are you omitting your turn then?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Well,
Attack one that's not charmed.
they did really kind of try to kill me, so I'm still kind of pissy.
Yeah.
And I don't care that they're trying to run from the dragon too. I keep losing it there. I was gonna hit it like 3 times already. I attacked with my longbow.
Okay. Which
This
one are you
sucks.
attacking?
Oh, we're close. Wait. Number 2's not restrained
Number
One
or
two
charmed.
It's
Oh
charmed.
wait, what 2 is charmed?
Yeah,
1,
hit
2,
3.
And doesn't have weapon.
1, 2, and 6 are charmed, but
Yeah.
6, 3, and 5 are restrained. So the ones that are restrained, you have advantage against their attacks. So if you attack number 3, it is restrained but not charmed.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Number 3.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You rolled once, so go ahead and roll again for your advantage.
Oh Lord, I shut it. Oh, where'd it go?
Roll your hit dice again to see
Yeah,
if you
roll-
get a nat 20.
Plus 7 again because you have advantage
Oh,
on
I'm
attack.
sorry.
That's okay.
So
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you still hit. I just wanted to make sure you didn't get anything higher or 20. So yeah, you deal
Oh.
7 points of damage to number 3. All right. Do you do anything else?
ask them. what? It just doesn't make sense to have a. Is okay in D&D. Can we? Is it possible to talk your way through to just get them to disengage?
Yeah.
Yes, if they are, if you can thoroughly convince them to stop fighting you, but it seems like only about half of them right now have laid down their weapons, and the other ones are still trying to push through and trying to break these vines that are binding them.
Yeah, I kind of want to, since they're all restrained and half like without weapons, say, what do you know about this dragon?
Oh,
That's what he thinks about that.
Too much.
Doo-doo.
So you shout that up, and the one, you shout that up through through everything, and you just hear the one say, "It's attacking us!" And after that, it is going to be Cedric's turn.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my crossbow again.
Okay.
Try to finish off number 2.
All right.
Before I do that, though, I'll just announce I'm gonna do the action surge. I'm gonna attack twice.
All right. That's cool.
Nice.
So I'll roll my first.
Nice.
You're getting dangerously close to
Nice.
nat 20s.
All right. Which one were you aiming for?
It was number 2, the one that was pretty hurt.
Okay.
I know he's charmed.
Yep. So that breaks the charm,
I'm just trying
but
to get one
that
less in.
kills him.
All right.
Nice.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
he's sort of like this, and he dropped his weapon, and he's the one that shouted, it's attacking us, and all of a sudden, from over the direwolf or around the direwolf, there's just this, and right between the eyes.
Is number 3 charmed?
Number
It's
3 is not charmed.
entangled.
It's
It
just
is
entangled.
restrained, so you would have advantage on the attack.
That's the other one that we've been hitting.
Okay, so I'll roll my hit now.
Yep. Make sure you roll with advantage because it's restrained.
That just means roll twice, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, BJ.
Jeez, oh man.
Say that again, Lucas.
Yes, roll twice, take the highest.
What the fuck?
My God, roll your damage.
All
Oh,
balanced
minimal
out.
damage.
Oh my god! All the
Minimal
luck is on the hit.
You see that one is not looking very good. Shaylin, it is your turn.
okay. So do I have like special attacks, certain attacks, or do I just slash with my claws?
So if you go to your wild shape feature, you'll see that you have a bite attack,
Okay.
and that is a +5 to hit. So you would roll your d20 +5.
Wait.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't click that little +5. So if you hit the d20 in the bottom left corner of your
Okay.
screen, and then hit the 20, go ahead and roll that, and then
Okay.
just that +5. Nat 20.
Oh
Very
my
nice.
god.
All right, so go ahead and roll your damage, which is 2d6 +3.
Bite the shit out of him.
Wait, how do I do that?
So you're going to go to the same spot. You're going to go to that that piece, that little d20 in the corner, and click the cube twice and hit roll,
Oh.
and then you're going to add 3, and then you're going to add 12.
Please tell me you bite the head off that orc.
Okay, so that's 10. So that's
25?
13. 25 damage.
Holy
Which
shit.
one are you?
Nice.
let me ask you this: which one are you attacking?
Don't do the one that. Never mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna do 3. That one. Wait. Which ones are charmed again?
The 1 and 6.
But 3 is like probably halfway dead, maybe more. So I don't want you to waste your.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I don't want to overkill something.
So here, I wanna say this. So I haven't had a chance to mention this before because it hasn't really come up yet. So there is a mechanic that's more chosen at a DM's discretion. I think it's called like I don't know if it's called like follow through damage or something. But it's basically like trample in a way. Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. But what it is if you deal, especially if you do a critical, if you do enough damage to kill a creature, you can carry through your attack into the next creature.
Okay.
So what I will say is, if you would like to target number 3, because not only was he restrained, or you could target number 3 because you would have had advantage on that attack. I will let you carry the attack through either to number 4 or to number 5.
That's nice of you.
Okay. Attack 3 and carry over to 4.
4?
Mhm.
All right. So for everyone else, you see Shaylin in this direwolf form just sort of like hunker back a bit, howl, and just forward through with her mighty jowls, and she basically rips the top half of the one restrained orc, just following through, pinning the other one down, and as she bites in, she crushes the bones of the first one, and her jaw just clamps down on number 4, killing him instantly.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Double kill.
And you are back here now.
Nice.
Holy shit!
And
Yeah.
the blood's just dripping from my mouth.
Literally
Hell yeah!
the coolest moment in the 4 sessions we have right there.
Holy fuck!
I literally, you hear Norbis in the back. You know, he's like standing in front of Dazzlin, just trying to keep him protected, and he just goes, "That was the coolest thing I've ever seen." Okay, yeah. Give me. Okay, so the orc is no longer charmed.
It's at the end of my turn.
Oh, is it the end of your turn? I
Yeah.
thought it was at the end of. I thought it was the start of his turn. Okay. Yes. No. You are absolutely right. So he these two look at this one and says, "No, we don't need this." And this one pushes through the other one and tries to run away. Shaylin, you would get an opportunity attack if you would like to.
All right, go for it. What do I gotta do?
Roll an
So you
attack.
have to roll to attack.
Okay.
Zash is gonna be in the background like that guy from Waterboy who's like, yeah, bite his fucking head off.
The 20, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, that's a 21. That hits. Roll your damage.
Damn.
2d6 plus 3.
And I'm hungry like the wolf.
I click it twice.
God damn it.
Is that right?
Nope. That was 2d20. You're gonna do the one
Oh.
that's second from the bottom.
D6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2d6 and then add 3.
What's the 3 from?
It's because she is. So anytime you do a melee attack, you always add your strength modifier to the damage. So nothing too crazy there. But 5 damage. So that does break the charm. But he is still running away. The one that is right next to you that is restrained but not charmed is going to swing violently at you. with his axe, and that misses both times. And this last one is like trying to pull away, so he is actually going to try and break the restraint, which he succeeds. He is no longer restrained, and he is also going to try and actually he is going to seeing the wolf attacking. He's and still being charmed by Vanadar. He is going to try and run into the cave by Vanadar. So again, you have an opportunity. Sorry, you can't do an opportunity attack because you used your reaction. But he's going to try and like slip past between Cedric and Vanadar, and is like hiding behind Vanadar at this moment. Vanadar, it's your turn. They are no longer charmed.
At the end of my turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I'm trying to do something fancy. So, which one?
Sure.
I can't. Okay, so 4's dead. So it's just 5 and 6 left?
It is 1,
5, and 6. Yeah.
Oh, 1's really far away. Okay,
Oh, don't worry.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, I'm going to move right there. And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead at 01.
Okay.
It's 60 feet, so.
60 feet.
And
All
that
right,
is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. 17.
He saves.
Passes.
Okay, and then before my turn ends, I try and persuade 06 to go. I'll try to persuade him to run away. Damn it. As 01's going. I try to persuade him to run out of the cavern like where the first orc is going.
Sure, roll persuasion check.
Okay.
And he yeah. And the moment he says that, you see sort of his eyes are sort of glazed over a little bit. You see the moment he says that, that's gone.
Okay.
Zash, it is your turn. You're now seeing this one that he just said that to, as he said, yeah, and Vanadar turns back around. He's going to pull his axe up.
Okay. Let's see. I kind of don't want them to get away.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I have faith that Cedric can deal with that one, so I am going to sprint and catch up to a 1.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack him twice.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, I've been doing it here. So my first one is a 21 to hit.
It's
okay. And that is 4 points of 7 points of damage, sorry.
okay.
And then I am going to burn a key and flurry of blows.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the first one is 18 to hit.
Wait, was that both of your main attacks?
What do you mean?
Or I'm sorry, never mind. You're using your bonus action to flurry of blows, not
Right.
Gotcha.
And then the second one is 11.
To hit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the 18 hits.
Okay. And that one will be 5 points of damage.
Yeah, you run up, like, seeing all this going on, you figure, like, okay, these guys got this one. I'm going to take this opportunity for the one that's running. You run up past the dire wolf that is just mawing on these bodies. And, like, taking sort of a moment from that, you lunge towards this fleeing orc, and you get a good swipe into its back, and then one more into its Achilles tendon, and this thing just falls over, and blood is gushing out of it as it lays dying.
Nice kills, Ash.
And
I
that's my
Hunted
turn.
that thing down.
Iluna, it is your turn. You saw this orc run into here, sort of at its, at its own behest, trying to get away from the attacking direwolf. It's Vanadar said something to it, and it sort of nodded, but you see it shook its head and is now raising an axe as it's going to strike down at Vanadar.
Okay. Is a 2-weapon attack better than the than the longbow?
It gives you an opportunity to hit with 2 different attacks, but each attack does a little bit less damage from your longbow. So if you want to drop your longbow and go in with your short swords, you can definitely do that.
I'd stay far away.
Yeah, you are kind of hurt. Yeah.
I was just trying to see what might do more damage. How that one's been. Yeah, I'll just shoot it with the longbow.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Nice.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, nice.
that
Alright.
seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Good choice.
All right. Oh shoot! I need to take that aura away because he's no longer restrained.
Was he heading towards Greymane, or was he trying to attack us?
You actually saw. So when he ran in there, he was actually running to hide behind Vanadar,
Okay.
because he was terrified of the direwolf that ran out. But you actually see as this thing moves in here and is going to attack Vanadar, you actually see Greymane quickly move up, and he jumps behind him. And oh man, you see he goes to slash at him with his claws, but he basically hits right off the axe as he's like trying to pull it down. Cedric, it is your turn. You see this orc next to you that is now raising an axe towards Vanadar.
All right. I yell out, "I got this," and I'm gonna swing my longsword at it.
Okay.
When I say I got this, I meant I dropped my sword.
Yeah, you do the same thing. Like basically, Greymane moved up and
We're trying to look like badasses over here.
You go up and you try to hit him, or Greymane goes up and tries to hit him, and the orc sort of like ducks under it, and you swing your sword right over top of him. Shaylin, it is your turn. You can sort of hear the clanging inside there, but you do have an orc in front of you.
Blood dripping from your jaws.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go after 6 though, since 5's all by himself here.
Okay. So yeah, if you are moving in there, give me 1
She's
second.
trying to show us up.
Because
I gotta save you.
I don't
yeah, that
save.
he missed.
You have slippery fingers.
I imagine what happens. Like you hear the clattering and clanging going on in there, and you like number 5 is just so mortified with what he saw that he just like he doesn't even like no. So yeah, go ahead and make your attack.
Number 5 breathes a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
He's just left down there with his dead
1 die or
body.
2 die? I don't know how I'm gonna remember this ever.
It's 2d. It's 2d6 plus 3.
Okay.
Here I will.
Oh my
Is it
god!
is it +3 because of her direwolf form?
It is. So
Oh, okay.
anytime
That's
you
what I'm
make a
not seeing,
melee,
then.
anytime you make a melee attack, you always add your strength modifier to that damage.
And
Unless
direwolf
you're
has its own strength modifier.
Correct. A dire wolf, if you look at the stat block, it has a +3 to strength, a +2 to dex, a +2 to con, and then your own stuff, like your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma is maintained. But in this form, you adopt the strength, dex, and con of the wild shaped creature.
Man, such a fun class.
Dire, I actually mentioned this, or I was going to mention this. Like, I give Michelle a lot of credit for taking on the druid, because whereas everyone else, like, you have your racial traits, your base class traits, your background abilities, spellcasters throw in spells into that, and then druids have to throw in remembering animal stat blocks. Druids are one of like the more complicated classes, so I give you a lot of credit for doing that.
I agree. I consider druid, and it just seemed too much.
So yeah, so you you run in here and seeing Greymane trying to slash at him and Cedric swinging wildly over him, you swiftly like duck and weave your way into this nook, and you grab the orc by the waist, just lift him in the air and rip him to shreds. Yeah, he's dead.
My mom says when I grow up, I want to be like Michelle's character.
Me too.
Jeez.
All right, let me see here.
You rampaged this fight, Michelle. Jesus.
That song isn't playing on repeat every time you play D&D now. I don't know.
I want to fix your avatar too, Shelly.
Me too. I got like half of it. And then the other half. Like here, I have that. And then here.
Okay. And this is going to be Shaylin, do me a favor in a second, and I'm gonna have you. Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. Okay, Shaylin, do me a favor. Reload your character sheet.
Okay.
And now you should see that. Shoot, why is it not doing that well? Okay. You should see that when you go under your actions at the very bottom now, you should have a wolf bite option.
Okay.
So whenever you go to do your attack, for some reason I can't make it give you the +5 to hit. But that'll at least let you roll the damage normally. So you can just click the +1, and we'll just add another 4 to that, because I know that it's a +5. So, but that'll at least let you roll the damage a little bit easier.
DC.
Yeah, where it says hit DC +1, we'll just add another 4 to that. You might have to reload it because I just changed it again.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. So,
cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So the orc number 5 that's like standing out in front of this gate, just watching this dire wolf eviscerate 2 of his allies, and it running in and hearing the other orc just getting shredded apart, like bits and pieces of it are flying out. It looks over at Zash and thinks that it might be able to shove him out of the way just to try and get out of here. So Zash, I need you to make an acrobatics save. Yeah, he goes up to you and like like taking his great axe, he like tries to, hit into you to knock you down. And you slip right underneath it. Vanadar, it is your turn. You just watched Shaylin Direwolf eviscerate that orc that that was huddling behind you, and you see the other one that just went after Zash.
Okay, I'm gonna rush past her, and as I do, I'm gonna like slap her on like the upper between the shoulder blades. I'm gonna rush
Good
forward
dog.
and cast Toll the Dead on 05.
Okay. That is a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
That is a failure.
Has he taken damage?
He has not.
Okay, so it's 1d8.
Okay. So yeah, you see him. He like goes to hit him, and all of a sudden his he's sort of like throwing his head. Zash, he's right in front of you, and you can see that he's he seems to be like writhing from something.
Yep, I'm gonna hit him again. That's like a 22. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Only 4 points of damage. And then I'm gonna bonus action hit him again.
Okay.
20 and another 5 points.
All right. Yeah. Describe your kill.
So you said like I slid under him when he went to go and
Yeah, you
shove
sort
me?
of. Yeah, you sort of ducked out from underneath him.
All right, so I'm gonna kidney punch him, and then when he like leans over to kind of like brace the hit, I'm gonna grab the back. I'm gonna grab his shoulders and pull him down and stomp on his head.
All right.
With your paws.
No, with my feet, Tony.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So with that, combat is over. Yeah. Eventually the difficult terrain disappears. And Iluna is still technically in her wolf form, so she can stay up there. Oh, no, sorry, not Iluna. Shaylin. Speaking of Shaylin, reload your page. I fixed that wolf bite for you, so it'll now give you the +5 to hit and the +3 for damage.
Oh, okay.
That's cool that you could do that on your side.
I can, yeah. Being the DM of the group, I can edit all of your pages and add stuff to there. And then when you reload it, it'll show what I change.
So you actually typed in Wolf's Bite?
Yeah, so I went into, under actions, there's a button in the top right that says manage custom, and you can actually add like weapons, spells, stuff like that. And then you can display it as an action. So this way, whenever she wild shapes, she has those buttons there to make it easier to see.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah. After all of that, yeah, you guys have free action. You see the dwarves in the back are just sort of like huddled together, and they're just like in awe at Shaylin's direwolf form.
I think we all would be at this point.
Greymane standing there. Oh shoot, I never killed this guy. Greymane standing there. He you can see that he looks a little embarrassed about the fact that he missed his slashes at this thing, and he looks over at you, Shaylin. He goes, "You're a mighty fine druid."
Can I talk as a wolf, or should I shake
you can
back?
talk. Yeah, you can definitely talk.
Don't worry, I got you.
And yeah, he nods and says, "Well, I can't thank you enough for dealing with them. I apologize if any of you are hurt. I never wanted this to happen."
Why were they after you?
Again, they saw me up on the mountains and thought I would be fun prey, and they chased me down here. I can't believe it took this I can't believe it took this long for them to get to me. And he looks over at the dwarves and he says, "I apologize for coming in here and leading to this attack. I sincerely regret my decisions."
While all of that's going on, I am going to search
I knew
number
you were
1
gonna
and
do
5
that.
for anything interesting.
Yeah, so you look over their bodies. They have these great axes for what it's worth. And then I'll say just in like random assorted, in random assorted stuff, you find a gold's worth of coin
Okay.
across the two of them.
I'm just going to put that in my...
So the you see that the dwarves standing there. The Dazzlin looks over at Norbus and says, "All right, well, I think we should be heading back to the town then. I don't want to be here if there's orcs coming down the mountain."
Oh, go ahead, Tony.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, not only you have to deal with the orcs, you have to deal with the dragon as well. That is the main reason we came down to get you in the first place. Just to warn you about it and let you know that you could come to Phandalin for safe haven if needed.
And you see Greymane looks at all of you and says, "So is that where you are going? Back to the town?"
Iluna asked if we want to explore what's in those doors she found.
Yeah, by the way, she did mention that to all of you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Iluna did mention that she found some other doors back there.
I mean, we could go
Yeah.
check, but I do
we
think
can give them a quick glance.
we should probably head back to town sometime soon because you're pretty battered, and
Yeah, and we have a lot of stuff to turn in.
yeah, we have a lot of
I love the fact that Iluna's the one that right now is hurt the worst out of the entire group. Like, I imagine just her like holding like a stoved arm that's bleeding. Like, so are we gonna go check those doors?
No. Well, I was asking them if they even remember they existed.
I was
don't know.
gonna say something,
You're
but
finding those damn doors.
I mean, yeah.
do you guys want to go check them out?
We should.
Maybe I ask them if they'll go check the doors out for me while I
So
no.
Heal yourself.
don't know what I'm doing.
here is what we will do. Only because I feel like we have spent many a time here. We have about a half an hour. So whoever would like to go in there can go in. During this time, there is nothing to be found in the hallways. They lead to some doors that open up. The one opens into a room where there is a collapsed portion of it that there's nothing of value in there. The other one has like 3 stone bed frames that you imagine at one time maybe belonged to the priests that would have worshipped at this temple.
Okay.
During this time, Iluna, if you want to, healing word yourself, if you have any spell slots.
I don't.
Okay.
I only got my potion. I don't know if the potion's too much. She's got 9.
If you want to drink your potion, you can drink your potion as well.
I think we're going to be heading back to.
Only choice.
I think we're going to be heading back to town soon, and if you want to play it risky, you could save your potion until we just long rest, because that'll full heal you as well.
I don't even think it's that risky, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right. So you all, I'm gonna clear out
What the hell?
these orc bodies here.
So you can't just use your cantrip on her, or you?
I don't have a
Did you
healing
say-
cantrip.
There's no such
Cure
thing.
light wounds isn't a cantrip.
No.
No, that would be OP.
That would be broken shit.
Yeah, the
To
only
just be able to heal at broken shit.
The only cantrips I have are a damaging one, the light one, and the guidance. But
I will say during this time, Shaylin's dire wolf form eventually fades out.
I feel like we should ask Greymane. Like, I feel like sometime in the near future, either we should go with him or we should just check in on his town to make sure that it's okay and it hasn't been like ravaged by the orcs by now.
And actually, as you're all sort of, as everyone's sort of collecting back out to the front, Dazzlin and Norbis are gathering their supplies. You mentioned that to Greymane, and he goes, "Well, actually, I was planning on heading back up the mountain. After this, I need to check on them. I need to see if there's any survivors."
Okay, I'm gonna look at the dwarves and say, those rocky talkies that you gave me, what are the range on those?
You have that right in your.
I never actually added it to my equipment. I didn't
Alright.
know if it was gonna be something I had for like long term.
Well, they actually gave you those.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I believe it's. I think as long as you guys are on like the same plane of existence,
A speaking stone? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
stone, and
Okay.
it's sending stones. You'll see there's one in there that is called sending stone that has a lot of information. Yours would be sending stone. So make sure you add that.
Speaking stone?
No, sending. SEND.
Oops.
I don't think there's anything called speaking stones. Yeah.
There is. Apparently. It's a wondrous item, but... Okay, so you said there's a speaking stone and speaking stones.
No. Sending. SEND.
Yeah, I got that, yeah. So there's sending stone and sending stones.
Right, the one that's plural.
Okay, that's what I have.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to ask Dazzlin, and I'm going to be like, would you be okay with, since I have this one, since you guys are going to be in Phandalin where we're going to be around, can we give the other mate to this stone to Greymane so we could check in with him in case he needs us?
And they say, well, yeah. Norbis looks at, or Dazzlin looks at you and says, well, they're yours. We told you we would give them to you.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna give one to Greymane and be like, if you need us, if you spot the dragon, which we've been looking for as well, if you see any more orcs, if you need anything, just give us a ring.
You hand him this stone. Roll me an insight check.
Okie dokies. Nat 20.
He takes it and he nods, but you can tell he's taking it very reluctantly. He, nods and he says, right, when I get there and I'll contact you and let you know.
Do we all overhear this?
Yeah, he says it quietly, but especially you and Shaylin, you can definitely hear him saying this, with your elven ears.
Yeah, I was wondering if we perceive the same attitude or if we're just oblivious.
Oh yeah, no, you can tell that when he says it, he's saying it in a very reluctant manner.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mind link with Zash as he is a tabaxi, and so we don't actually have to speak the words. I'll be like, do you think he doesn't want our help? Do you think he doesn't want us?
I think he's worried.
Zach, roll me an insight check as well.
Okay. 9.
All right. Yeah. Again, you can sort of just see the reluctance in his eyes.
Do you think I should take the stone back? Like,
no, if he didn't want it, he wouldn't have accepted it. I just think he is wary of us and more so worried about his tribe.
Okay. Just trying to be helpful. Just trying to, like he almost got ambushed by orcs like twice. So
Yeah, I think he's just regretting his actions and trying to come to terms with the choices he made.
Okay. I don't know how to react to his reluctancy, so.
Can you just ask him what's wrong?
I mean, I guess I could.
Yeah, you see him.
Okay.
He just sort of like as you and Zash are sort of having this mind link, you see that he just sort of like shuffles his feet a little bit and then like turns and is like sort of like slowly walking away.
I'll go up to him and ask him what's troubling you.
And you can see like almost a sense of dread on his face, and he says, I just fear that in my current state, if I encounter any more trouble along the mountain, I don't know if I can get back to the village. And if there's anything there, anyone left, I wouldn't be able to get to them. And like you see something, change about him in that moment. This this person that's trying to present this air of like strength and like power, you just see that sort of deflates a little bit, and he turns to you and he takes his medallion that is hanging around his neck and he hands it to you and he says, as a fellow Felnix, I would not ask anyone else this. I need your help. If I get back to my village, if along the way I encounter any problems, I cannot fight right now. Those few days in that prison, I just feel so weak. I couldn't even attack that orc that was in front of me. I would not ask anyone else this, but as a member of a tribe, would you and your clan be willing to come with me? To just make sure if there's any survivors, I must know my family is there.
How far away is Snow Perch as opposed to Phandalin?
You know that Phandalin, compared to where you are right now, Phandalin is about like a day's travel north. He tells you that his village is about a half day's travel, or sorry, that his village is about a day's travel up into the mountains. It's not actually very far. It's just getting up through the mountains can be treacherous.
So is it like we're down here, Phandalin's here, Snow Perch is up here?
Here, give me 1 second.
Like if we were to escort him to Snow Perch, will we pass by Phandalin?
Hold on 1 second.
No.
Phandalin's down the mountain. His
so you see
tribe
the map
is up the mountain.
It says a little.
So
okay.
So it should load in a second.
Yeah, it did.
So you see, so this X over here. Sorry, turn that on pen. So this is where you guys currently are.
Mm-hmm.
The way that he's sort of describing it is that his village is like up here in the mountains, like a little bit further west or east.
Oh.
So the long way home.
Yeah.
So you imagine. I keep trying it wrong. You imagine that if you go up there, it would take you probably about a day and a half to get back to Phandalin.
Okay, Illumina says
Mhm.
she's injured and was expecting a safe haven. So we just put our lives on the line for you against all these orcs.
I'm aware.
We could use some reassurance that our health and safety will take some precedence.
And he sort of looks at you and he says, well, I can't guarantee, nothing is guaranteed out in these wilds. So there's dangers around every corner. The most that I can say is if you are willing to go there with me, we can, we can rest here and continue on in mourning, or you know what? There is a cave. There's a cave about a half day's travel from here. If we can get to that, we can rest there. I have done hunting in that area. If we can get to that place, we can rest there before morning strikes. Or before night strikes. We can leave in the morning and we would reach the village by midday.
I think that's a good idea. That way everyone gets healed, everyone gets their spell slots back, and if there is a fight at his town, we'll be more able and ready to help him defend it, if need be.
We gotta get back to Harbin too, don't we?
Yeah, like that's
Eventually.
eventually, yeah.
One day.
But like he, like
will your village people welcome us in this fight? They don't notice at all. What do we know about
I
your
think
villagers?
if his village is being attacked by a dragon, they're going to accept help from anybody willing to give it.
He nods and he says if there are any survivors, we have a few hunters in the clan that if there are any still left, they would take up arms against it.
I look at him and I say, there will be survivors, don't worry. I can't speak for my companions, but I will make this trip with you.
I know what it is to be worried about family in a village, so I will help you along your way.
Hmm.
and it's not
I'm
in my
happy to
nature.
take refuge in this cave.
It's not in my
Sorry, wait,
nature
one
to.
second.
It's not in my nature
Oh.
to turn someone away, so I'll make it as well as long as I can rest beforehand.
I need a power nap.
And Cedric's over there like, well, Phandalin's got the money.
That's what I was thinking, man.
I'll see you later.
I was thinking there's no way we can pull that off, though, can we?
Not like we're
you-
going out of the way.
Like during a break, can I don't know.
Do you have super fast speed?
Well, he said it's a half day's.
Yeah.
So it's a day's travel up the mountain. It's a half day's travel to this resting point that he's talking about, but it's a day's travel back to Phandalin. So if you went back to Phandalin, you would then have to like single-handedly try and track your way up the mountain.
So I'll look at Greymane and say, some of us are injured. Some of us are out of supplies. Will you go back to Phandalin with us so we can rest, resupply, and be at 100%, and then we can make the trek straight to your tribe to help whoever needs aid?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh shit.
Damn it! I should have said that.
13.
You see that he's in a bit of a defeated state as it is. And sort of explaining it the way that you did, he says, I've been down here for 4 days. What is one more? And he nods and he says, if I have your word that you will help me, then you have my word that I will help you against this beast when the time comes.
I'll look at him and I'll say, we're no good to them if we're not at full strength. You absolutely have my word as a phoenix tabaxi that we will save your people.
I've already offered immediate allyship I'm willing to do it again. I just need some rest. I need to get.
All right.
Look at this thing on my back.
Yeah, you're standing there. Like, I imagine Iluna's just like, wherever we go, can I get some, like
Band-Aids.
I need a giant
No
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid.
yeah.
Iluna's like, this isn't a tattoo, guys.
This isn't a red cloak. That's blood. That's all my blood.
I'm slowly bleeding out.
Okay, so I look at everyone and I'm like, okay, Phandalin, resupply, and then back to
Straight
Snowperk.
up
Sea
to
Harbin.
Yep.
Sea Harbin,
We'll
resupply, and then to the snowy town.
Absolutely.
All right. So, with that, you all set off back to Phandalin. Because we have about 10 minutes and I want to get up to a certain point, we'll say that the trek back there is uneventful. I don't know, if you guys talk about anything. I don't know if anybody wants to ask, the dwarves anything, talk to Greymane.
I'll ask Greymane on our trek back.
Oh, by the way, he handed you that medallion.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll ask him how did he learn to hunt?
I was and he sort of looks at you and says, "Oh, many years ago, I was trained by one of the elders of the village." And you see that he sort of like puffs out his chest a little bit and, like extends his claws. And he says, "I was trained in the ways of the open claw."
I've actually been looking for somebody to show me a style, and quite honestly, I don't think I can think of a better teacher than somebody from my own tribe who I've been trying to reconnect with. That's part of the reason I set out on this journey, is to find a teacher. I know the basics, but I don't know much more than that.
And he nods and he says, "Well then, you have, out of the kindness of your heart, decided to help me. You helped me defeat those creatures that were in that temple, and I watched you deal with those orcs. There is a fighter in you, and it would be my honor to train you, show you what I used to do." And yeah.
No, if you're not finished, Iluna wants to talk to Shaylin.
Okay.
Oh, so Iluna asks or says how impressed she is with your wolf transformation, and asks, so, as I understand it, you're training to be in druid from your family? It's in your lineage?
Yeah, my father was a druid and his mother before him.
And you're from where again?
Crypt Garden? Forest?
Crypt Garden.
A little
Okay,
village called Burnville.
I'm attempting to seek the dusk druids to speak to them about making my potion. There's something more specific.
Shaylin, the Circle of the Dusk Druids is the name of the Arch Druids.
Okay.
That is what they consider themselves, Dusk Druids.
Would they be in,
I guess
like, High
she's
Forest?
seeking
or-
introductions or
Well,
what she.
Shaylin, if you remember, when you were leaving Crypt Garden to head over the Sword Mountains to get to Phandalin, the archdruid of your village said that he was going to the High Forest to speak with the Grand Council, also known as the I think that's it, the Druidic Arch, the Archdruids.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call it the High Council because I love the name of it.
Okay.
And he went somewhere. He's not in. So you're saying he's
he
not
left.
in.
He left to go to High Forest to address the council about what he had saw, what had happened to my village in Crypt Garden. He said he would get back to me, but I haven't heard anything from him since I saw him last.
Well, I'd hope to get in touch with this archdruid to teach me a little. I don't even know what they would teach me. How to make potions, to properly prepare this potion I've been collecting all these herbs for.
What kind of potion are you trying to make?
I'm trying to decide how willing she is to disclose.
Do you guys have any idea what these elves are talking about?
Oh yeah, no, this is all going on in Elvish.
Okay.
An Elvish. A secret potion. Good. A form of sleeping potion to help my human friends.
Okay, well, if I hear from my archdruid, I will definitely send him your way.
Just so you guys can sort of get an understanding of, or I guess for Shaylin, so that you can sort of get an understanding of where exactly this is. It might take an extra second to load this map because I'm loading the big boy.
Is that the official name?
No, well, this is what I have it listed in here as. This is Big Boy Faerun, whereas the other one is just Sword Coast, and then there's the smaller, map of Phandalin. So you guys are over here at this little itty bitty red dot just south of where it says Sword Mountains, and the Archdruid Grand Council meets at Grandfather Tree out in the High Forest.
Oh.
So it's a bit of a trek.
I want to go see Unicorn Run. Sounds like a fun place.
So that is where that is. Also, if that you notice, Icewind Dale and Ten Towns is all the way up at the top of the map.
Yeah.
That's how far away your mother's, that's how far away that tribe is.
Yep.
So yeah. Is there anything else anyone wanted to say before we finish this up?
No.
No, I'm just quietly walking along.
Coolio. So you arrive back in Phandalin.
Can we look for items? My herbs.
I'll let you. If you want, I'll let you do a survival check as you're traveling.
I mean, we don't have to travel slower. Well, she needs to get healed, but
yeah, I imagine that you'll get like one, like more or less like one opportunity to really try and find something. So what specifically are you looking for?
I don't even know where are we at again? We're like in the mountains. We're probably not gonna find much.
No, you're currently walking through the forest. You're heading back to Phandalin from that blue circle.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I thought we were staying along that.
Nope.
So, I guess poof leaf, because then we can sell some to.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll your survival check.
I did. Is it not on there?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Yeah, you got 7. All right. Yeah. So I imagine this. You're sort of like looking left and right as you're having this conversation with Shaylin for a while, but just like the amount of pain that you're still in from that combat, you are just so unfocused. You like eyes are sort of blurry, kind of dazed. You're just sort of moving and hearing from Shaylin that like the arch druid of Cryptogarden has gone to the high forest, which
It's pretty distracting.
yeah, it is. So you do not find anything, unfortunately.
No, but she's not going to give up on her mission, so.
Yeah, I don't suspect she do.
I'll
she
just
gets
say that
gangrene.
like I imagine on like the trek back to Phandalin, I'm just like picking Greymane's brain, just like asking him all kinds of questions, getting to know him better, all that shit.
So in that time, he tells you about the medallion. I want you to reload your character sheet and look at your equipment. You should see a new item underneath your inspiration points.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what you do.
So I can equip this? Well,
You
I
are
guess it is.
equipped. So while you are wearing that, you can choose, you don't have to, but you can choose to have your melee attacks deal cold damage.
That's
Because
awesome.
something that was not noticed in the combat, but when you saw or when Greymane was going to attack the orc, his claws sort of had like an icy chill to them, like they gave off a little bit of that like icy mist.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that is the medallion of the Felnix.
Sweet.
So when you arrive at Phandalin, where does everyone go? The dwarves are going to the dwarves together are going to head over to what is it called? Saved here. To the Phandalin Miners Exchange, which is a building pretty much when you guys first enter Phandalin. Let me pull up this map here for you, because that's actually one that you guys really haven't explored much yet, but you can if you want to at some point. So the dwarves sort of stop off at this building. I imagine the rest of you are heading up to Harbin Westers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that's where I'll be going.
Unless you want to rest first, because she's bleeding out.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, Aluna, if you want to head back, since you are hurt, you can head back to the inn and get some rest. We can take care of handing everything into Harbin, and then tomorrow morning we can divvy everything up.
Handing everything in?
Yeah.
Well, the 2 quest details that you have now.
But we'll keep our magic items, because I want to see we can get a good deal for them.
Well, yeah.
We can discuss.
Okay, and she can take her own like separate long or short rest then.
Yeah, you can head into the tavern. You'll get a room for the night, a meal if you want, and then you can rest for the night. So you can head in while they're heading over to Harbin Wester's office.
Great, I forgot about this guy.
Yeah.
Fucking hypochondriac.
So yeah, when you guys get over to the mayor's office, do you knock on it?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear a voice come from inside. What do you want? Oh wait, sorry.
He's back.
Oh, good. Gotta. God damn it, Goku. Okay. God.
It's your favorite dragon impersonator. I'm back.
Oh, hey, welcome back. It's been a little while.
Yeah, we ran into some
shit went down.
Yeah, as the folks in the castle would say, shit hit the fan.
Ah, well, I'm glad to see that you're okay at least. So, so you were heading up to the gnomes, right? And down to that temple.
Yes, we went to the gnomes. We took care of their mimic. They gave us some
Oh, that's
items.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
I'd almost bit my arm off, but I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, but what about the items?
What about them?
You said that they gave you some.
Yeah.
Anything that can be used to fight against the dragon.
Probably not, if I'm being honest.
They gave us some really good bread.
Yeah. Maybe
Well,
we
we
could.
have some of that bread. Tolvin
Not-
carries it.
Well, maybe we can break bread and have peace with the dragon. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. What? But did you tell the dwarves? Are they back?
Yes. Dazzlin and Norbus have gone to the Miners Guild and are resting up and collecting themselves there.
All right. Well, I appreciate you doing that. And you like sort of, just as last time, 50 gold coins slide underneath the door.
This guy
He says,
pisses me
all right,
off.
well, that's 50 gold. If there's any items that you don't want from the gnomes, I'll give you 50 gold for them.
Well, we're gonna take the night and discuss it. Maybe, how about, you didn't really tell me that I was gonna be risking body and limb here. Like, I almost got my arm bit off. Is there, some workman's comp for that?
Remind them about
Yeah, it's on a
Eileen.
different line of work.
She's not even.
I mean, I appreciate what you're doing here, but I didn't know that there was a mimic down there. I mean, that's the gnome's problem.
Well, when we went to the dwarves, like you asked us to, we got attacked by a whole horde of orcs as well.
And I told you that the dwarves just needed to come back. You didn't have to go in there and fight anything.
No, the orcs were outside. They trapped us in there. We had no choice.
As we were leaving the temple with the dwarves, the orcs met us as we were leaving.
Well,
There's
how many
no-
orcs?
6.
6.
Shing, 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 shing. 6 gold coins pop out
And
from
and
the door.
our ranger.
I counted 12 orcs.
I was waiting for someone to catch on to that.
Pretty sure I counted. Unless I'm seeing double, I counted 12.
Yeah,
Oh, green skins.
Zash and Vandarin and I, we killed 6 ourselves. Our druid ripped 3 quite literally in half.
Our ranger has a
And-
permanent tattoo on her back now because of it as well.
Yeah, in the shape of an axe.
It sounds like your druid, is ripping things in half. I think that's good enough. Look, I don't have a lot of money in here. It really isn't doing the best in business.
He's supposed to be the wealthiest guy in town, guys.
He's also the greediest man in town, so.
It shows.
Like I said, if you want, I have some. If you don't want any of those items, come on back. And he says, or if you're willing, and again, it's your line of work, not mine. Take a look at the board, and if you look over at the job board, you see there are 3 new quests that have been presented. There is. Pull them up here. There is one that says the Butterskull Ranch. Orcs have attacked Butterskull Ranch 5 miles east of Conaberry along the Tribord Trail. Travel there with haste, assess the damage, and help in any way you can. Alphonse Calazorn, the ranch owner, is a retired sheriff who can reward you for your efforts. If he's dead, return to Harbin Wester with proof of his demise to receive a reward of 100 gold. The next one says the Loggers Camp Deep in Neverwinter Wood, along the river that flows west towards Neverwinter, is a logging camp. Every 2 months, Phandalin delivers fresh supplies to the camp, which is run by the half-brother of Phandalin's town master, Harbin Wester. Barthen, the local provisioner, has prepared a new delivery. He needs someone to bear the supplies safely to camp. Return to Harbin Wester with a notice of delivery signed by his half-brother, Tybor Wester, to claim your reward of 100 gold. And finally, the Mountains Toe mine quest. The Mountains Toe gold mine lays 15 miles northeast of Phandalin. The new overseer, Don John Raskin, just made the trip from Neverwinter to Phandalin and needs to be escorted to the mine. There's no telling what dangers lie between here and there. Once you deliver Raskin safe and sound, return to Harbin Wester to collect a reward of 100 gold. So those are the current quests.
Can you bring up the first one more time?
Yes, I will also post these in the Discord chat so that you guys can just read them in there.
Okay.
Okay.
So, no worries on that. I will post that. Great. Copy.
Were they all 100 gold?
Yeah.
They are all 100 gold. There you go. So you guys can now see that in...
Sorry.
So, yeah. I don't know if you want to say anything else.
I was just gonna say that I'm just gonna divvy out the 50 gold to everybody, so everybody gets 10 gold, and then, who got the extra 6?
He
Was
just
it
sort of
Tone?
split that out.
Okay, so I'll split it between Tony, Cedric, and I. And,
So 2 each.
yeah, so 2 each, so we get 12. Or, Shaylin, were you with us, or did you go with Iluna?
No, I'm with
Jalen
you.
is definitely with you.
You're with us? Okay. I'll just pass my 2 over to you then, since you kind of, like, fucked shit up. in
I'll
that
probably
fight.
just keep my 2, thanks.
So I have 12.
Yeah, so you'll get 12.
Oh wait, I have 10. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was
No, you'll get 12, Tony.
12. Okay.
All right. So with that, the rest of you head back, or after that, you head back into the Stonehill Inn. You get rooms for the night, and you rest for the evening. A well-earned long rest. And at this point, you can all level up to level 3.
Yay.
So congrats. And Zash, you now have your mentor. So when you go in to choose your subclass, make sure you choose that living weapon and the wear touched. Technically,
Okay.
in world, it's the way of the open claw.
Okay.
But as the camera slowly pans out, and we see our 5 adventurers beginning to, come to rest for the evening and sort of, talking to one another, just relaxing. Sorry. Need to switch to something here. You all eventually make your way back to your own rooms. Sorry, my iPad. You might see that the screen disconnects for a second because my iPad is messing up, and I'm trying to do something. Come on. Save. Oh, there we go. So you're all heading back to your rooms for the night. You're going to get a rest. Cedric, as you're heading up to the second floor of the Stonehill Inn, you go up to your door, you open it up. There's a small candle burning in the corner, illuminating the room. You set your gear down. You notice that there is an envelope next to the candle.
Okay, I'll open up the envelope.
Inside the envelope, you see this.
Oh my god!
All
And
right,
that's where we're going to call it for the night.
okay.
Jesus Christ!
Threats.
And I
Fuck
will
you,
post
Lucas.
that. And I will post that in the the newbie chat, just so you can look at it every day.
Thanks.
Totally didn't see it.
No one else saw this. This is
Oh,
simply
I'm confused.
this is simply to Cedric's knowledge. He knows what this is. He
He's
knows.
gonna. Oh.
All right, and that's what we're gonna call it for tonight.
Awesome.
Good
So,
session, guys.
Yeah. You guys are now level 3. Everyone will have their subclass by next game. So over the next week, take some time, level up your character, and let me know what everyone let me know what everyone's doing. I mean, obviously, I know Shaylin and Vanadar, you already have yours, and Zash, we've talked about it. But Iluna, I know we've also talked about yours a little bit. I'm anxious to see what you finalize as your choice. And Cedric, I am waiting with bated breath to know what you because I would love nothing more than to see Cedric riding Wolfback on Shaden in the battle, because that would just be the funniest thing in the world.
What'd you say that was?
That's called Cavalier. Yeah, there's the fighting subclass known as Cavalier. You get at 3rd level, you get you get an extra proficiency, but you have advantage on saving throws made to avoid falling off of a mount. So, because if you are attacked while on a mount, you can fall off.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
What does it do damage-wise when I'm mounted?
You can menace your foes, foiling their attacks and punishing them for harming others. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you mark it. What about when you're within 5 feet of a marked creature? A marked creature has disadvantage if it attacks anyone else other than you. Also, if a creature marked by you deals damage to anyone else, you can make a special melee weapon attack against them as a bonus action of your turn.
That's kind of down my character's.
Kind
of protective.
Yeah, like I said, Cavalier is more about, like, if you want to buy a horse and do that. I mean, fighters, they get a good amount of options. I mean,
they really do.
Hell, you're also in a group of like majority spellcasters. You could also go Eldritch Knight and just start fucking shit up as a spellcaster as well.
Yep.
But let me know what you're working with over there, and we'll discuss it.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, good game, guys. I look forward to next session.
Oh, me too.
Lucas, there's no way to be a fly on the wall in your session, is there?
I keep asking.
I could invite you guys to that Discord, and then you could jump in there. I'll just, I would just let my DM know that you guys just want to listen in.
Yeah, I would say muted just to listen and watch.
Yeah, I'll let my DM know, because everybody's in there right now, so I'm just about to jump in with them.
Okay.
Yeah, you're late.
I am. I told him I would be late, so it's all good.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye.